Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Oh, shut your mouth.
And breathe. Everything's okay now.
Everything's fine.
Don't get me started is back. You can relax. Everything's going to be okay.
There's our names, Jeremy.
That's me. That's you.
I know.
Wow.
I can only imagine they've been sitting, waiting in front of their monitors.
Just staring at it.
Blank.
For 2 weeks.
Neither of these people are Anna Torv.
Don't you start.
It's like I've never left this sofa from the Super Bowl night, because that's exactly what we were talking about then. We were talking about that just before. Woo! Welcome in, everybody, and welcome back to me, myself.
I've not gone anywhere. I've been at home the entire time. But he fucked off around the world.
I did.
Disabling our ability to do this show.
Disabling. Yes, I did.
He basically got a giant Singapore crowbar.
Yeah.
Took DGMS and fucking took it out at the knees.
A legitimate.
And then just smashed it in the head a few times for good measure. And then put his foot on it, like Chris Jericho cocky pin style, and had a Singapore sling over the top of his broken corpse. That is what Alex did to this show.
Very accurate. Very colourful. I've got a Singapore sling glass, actually. I bought one back. They sell them, obviously. And I went to have a Singapore sling in Raffles, and it was fucking... Raffles! It was fucking wonderful in Raffles. In the long bar, as you may or may not know...
I've got no reason to suggest that I may know. Why would I know?
Oh, you might know. You might not know, but they might know that in the long bar in Raffles, they give you peanuts, and then you crack the peanuts
Not
open.
Dog treats.
No.
Raffles.
And you chuck the peanut shells on the floor, so the place is just awash with peanut shells.
It is the Five Guys, or the American Five Guys of Singapore.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
As a result, when Aletha was going to come over, I was like, well, I can't go to Raffles with you, or at least not that bit of Raffles where they do the Singapore sling. So I had to get that out of the way. But anyway, we'll have much talk about what happened in Singapore. I have no doubt.
I'm sure he won't shut the fuck up about it. So yeah,
I'll find some funny bits.
Rightfully
hopefully.
so, to be fair.
Alex has got a bit of colour. Do you think I've got a bit of colour?
You've been blading yourself, have you? My God, he's got some colour.
He's
busted wide open.
Busted the hard way, yeah. Absolutely. I was busted wide open.
I will be honest, it's not something that I noticed.
No. Alex has had a spray tan. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't. He looks the same to me.
Yeah, actually, I did wonder whether I would have picked something up like that. But whilst it was very warm and very sunny, I was, as I am here,
a recluse.
I stayed indoors. No, I put kind of a lot of suntan lotion on, all factor 50. So I shouldn't. But if you think I am, that's great. I mean, I don't know. It might just be the fact that I'm in front of this pink
pink
light.
I mean, these guys obviously see you in front of the pink light all the time, so maybe you do. I'm not very observant.
It's possible.
This is a fact, so
it's possible.
Yeah.
But anyway, good to be back.
Welcome on in. I think we should probably say.
Yeah. Who have we got? In lots of wonderful people.
Some people.
Yeah.
Some of them wonderful.
So much to talk about.
Thanks very much for all the subscriptions and bits and things that are flying in. We should probably acknowledge those.
Let's do that.
Harmstone. Oh, let's use this one. That's easier. Harmstone with the Prime sub and then a bunch of other stuff. Thanks for that. Aletha with the sub. Tamsin with the sub.
Sub.
Hannah with the bits.
Thank you very much.
Will with the bits. All
very
richly
nice
appreciated.
Yes.
They all go to buying more trips to Singapore. I mean, TikTok videos.
TikTok videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you rather we do? Go to Singapore or make TikTok videos? That's the question.
We're used to seeing you in front of the fleshlight.
Gather round, children.
Around the fleshlight.
Warm yourselves on the warmth of the fleshlight.
Well, it's the friction alone of the fleshlight that.
I hope there isn't friction. It's literally designed to not have any friction. It's made of silicone.
Yeah, but you're still putting something in and out of it, right? I mean.
Yeah. I don't want any friction in that zone.
No,
Let
you
me
don't.
tell you.
But that's the only reason it's only reason.
Only reason.
The only way you're going to get any heat from the fleshlight, though, in my head, is if you.
Right. Yeah.
It's what I'm driving at, But,
yeah, you're driving at the fleshlight by the sounds of it.
Yeah. You're back! Hooray! Hooray! I'm pre-happing.
You are pre-happing. I mean, there's no reason that we can't just get the fuck into that. You know?
Yeah.
Everything's hap.
Yeah.
Might as well get into it, shall
Do you know? Well, yeah, let's move along with This Is Happening.
In a world filled with haps and naps, two men have risen above to bring you This Is Happening.
I can hear this noise. I can't work out what it is.
Yeah, it is something with your
Can
microphone.
you hear it?
I can see it. Your microphone is moving. It's quite bizarre. It's pretty funny, actually.
Oh, there's a scratching noise. Can you hear it?
We've done this before.
No, I know, but I
Like,
swear to God,
we can't do this bit again.
No,
I've already
I'm not
done
doing it.
Are you waiting for a guitar? Is someone going to knock on the
Oh,
door
yeah,
and then we both fuck off? Is
That
that
was
what's
so
happening?
good. No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Is it the Horse of Hope?
Oh, fuck.
Oh my God, it'd be amazing. Imagine if it was the Horse of Hope. The Horse of Nope.
That would be a pretty massive callback.
That would be a super...
I
I'm
love
going to
that.
sneeze.
This is happening, the segment in which we discuss all the things that are hap, amazing, and all the things that are nap, not amazing. Alex can go and blow his nose. He's allergic to being home and being back on this show.
That's true.
He's also gone to find whatever the fuck is that knocking sound. And good luck with that. I'll start on some haps, I think.
The other reason I was going to come over here is because of this.
Oh, yes. Okay. Well, yeah. Sustenance is important. You can't hear him. He said he's gone to get a thing. Right. Let's go through Harmstone's litany of haps and naps because then they're out of the way, aren't they?
Yes, I'll put this here for a moment and we'll get through that.
Harmstone reserved a house.
Reserve the house?
Yes. I think that's what it's called when you buy a new house instead of buying an old house like normal people.
Oh, I see. Reserve the house.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much, Tamsin, for saying bless you. And welcome in, everyone. I did see lots of... We didn't actually read through the people that were on the fucking list.
Yeah, I know. There's too many people.
You're too lovely. Thank you
Just
very
too
much. I'm glad
famous,
you're all here,
basically.
by the way.
And then followed that up with solicitors nap.
Yeah, solicitors are a pain in the arse.
I didn't have
normally
any problem
they're-
with mine. Maybe he's just got a shit one.
My one was good. It's the other people's solicitors. It's always the other people's solicitors. That's the problem.
Now it's got worse.
I'm not moving.
Honestly, what the fuck is that noise? It's not that. It's coming from over there. It's a bit techno.
It's not doing it now. Is this not weirding you out, Jeremy?
It is a little bit.
It feels really spooky.
It's definitely not the right time of year for that.
Fuck me, what the fuck is going on? Right, please let's carry on because I'm getting quite weirded out by this whole thing. Should have stayed in Singapore.
Haps is Harmstone. Jeopardy UK. Yes.
Is that a thing?
It's going to be a thing. They announced who will be hosting. Who is the host of Jeopardy UK?
Is it me? I'd love it to
It
be
is
me.
not you.
Oh,
it is unfortunately not me either,
That's a
despite
pity.
my will to do that. It's Stephen Fry,
Oh,
which is decent enough, I think.
so listen, did they do Jeopardy before in the UK? And didn't they do this thing where like no one could see anybody else's scores? Did you know this?
Yeah, there has been like 2 incarnations of Jeopardy in the UK, as far as I'm aware, and they were both shit.
Right.
Because one version they did points instead of money. And I'm like,
No.
fuck off. And yes, the other one was the and I think in the early days of the American Jeopardy as well, you couldn't see the other people's scores, so you had no idea what you were trying to beat, which really fucking defeats the point. Well, you can't put anything in Jeopardy if you don't know what you're putting it in Jeopardy in reference to, can you?
No.
It's a dumb idea. So hopefully they don't fuck around, and it's literally just American Jeopardy, but with Stephen Fry being witty and cutting and flopping his hair around like he does, instead of whoever the fuck's doing Jeopardy
That
now
does
that Alex
sound
Trebek is
interesting.
dead. Yeah.
Big Boys has closed.
In local news,
Yes, in local news, it's really strange for me that Harmstone, someone who does not live locally, well, he lives locally to
yeah, I mean, define locally.
to his house.
We're all local. We
We
share
are
the
all
same
local.
planet.
But he is not near us, thank goodness. But still has his finger on the Big Boys pulse. Big Boys, a burger place in Folkestone, has recently announced they're going to close down. I didn't get the general gist any further, like why they're closing down?
No, they just said, we're closing down. We've made the decision to close down. Like, there you go.
Because I thought they were doing quite well. I mean, I don't know but anyway. That's the end of that.
How can you fuck up selling burgers?
I know.
Especially when their burgers taste like theirs do. Like, they're really good.
They are good burgers.
How do you fuck that up?
Well, I felt that they were probably the best burgers in Folkestone.
It's not a high bar. But
It is not. I was going to say, it's not a high bar. Maybe Lucky Chip now. It's hard for me to say, but yeah. Well, they've gone.
It is sad. Hopefully somebody else will jump in their place. Energy bills, electric bills, people are suggesting maybe, which means that they could be back, I guess.
Yeah.
It seems a shame with all of the the work that they've done to brand that place as Big Boys, that it's just going to become something else, and they probably won't even bother changing the walls. It'll just this is the ghost of Big Boys.
Yeah,
we're now selling T-shirts or vape.
What other bullshit
or something? Yeah, who knows what will go there.
Something to put in the sea, says Harmstone. Unsurprisingly.
Well, we may get to that. We may not.
We might.
We shall see. Hap says, Aletha, show choir is cancelled. I am here. That is Hap.
She is here. She's also feeling quite ill, so that's going to be Nap, basically.
Yeah, that is Nap.
It's been a couple of weeks, yes. And share your Nap, I've missed you lot. Yeah, she hasn't been here either. She's been in Singapore with me. And we haven't done this.
It's true. Although I'm going to interrupt before the next Nap and say that, I have seen Aletha in your absence.
That is true.
And we hung out. And my Hap is that before you went, literally before you went, we were here watching the Super Bowl.
Oh, yes.
And that was incredibly Hap.
That's brilliant.
Hanging out and not really watching the Super Bowl because through some circumstance that I can't really explain, we spent the evening trying to work out who I remember being similar to Anna Torv, famous of Fringe and now The Last of Us, I think.
Yeah.
I mix her up with another blonde, but I can't remember who it is.
Yes.
And so rather than watching the Super Bowl, Aletha and H-Ports and Karis, my wife, decided that they would spend the night trying to work out who I think is not Anna Torv.
It's still so funny even now.
And we did not reach the answer on that night, but it was just a night of going, is this not
person?
Anna Torv? And I was like, no, that's not Anna Torv. and that was the thing. Yeah.
And we still don't know. I still think that would be a good segment for this show, but neither of these people, like H-Port says, are Anna Torv.
We are not Anna Torv. How have we still not found her? I don't know.
We may never know.
Yeah.
We may never know.
I really wish we could work that out. And then we almost had a similar problem. Aletha came over and watched the XFL with us, which is also Hap.
Yes.
Love more football in the spring. And almost had the same problem with Anna Kendrick. I'm like, there's someone who's like Anna Kendrick that is also, super fit and Anna Kendricky. But it turns out that I was just remembering Anna Kendrick. Anna Kendrick is so fit that I just remembered her twice, and I'm okay with it, frankly.
Is it just people beginning with Anna?
It might be Anna's. I've got a problem with Anna's. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, they can't possibly be Anna. It has to be someone else in disguise. But yeah, the knocking is back. I think it's your neighbour doing DIY or something.
I think it's my neighbour doing DIY.
That's the explanation that we will stick with, so that we can ignore it without thinking that we're going mad.
It's not a ghost.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely not a ghost because ghosts aren't real.
Did we put ghosts in the sea as well?
I think so. Yeah, but they transcend physical beings, so they probably just floated back out again.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You're fine with Hannah's though. I am. Yeah. I don't mix you up for my daughter. That is true.
't never confused my niece Hannah with anyone else. No.
I mean, they're spelt differently for a start.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What more, Haps? That sofa, very comfortable. Oh yeah, because the night after Super Bowl, the night before I left to go to Singapore, she got to sleep on the sofa which Tom has also slept on, and Tom can report. 'Cause Tom was on the. We had Tom.
We had Tom in via satellite as well.
Yeah, that was good.
No expense spared here in Borton
Oh
Towers.
yeah, we got everyone
Get
in.
everyone in for the Super Bowl.
Great night. Loads of great food. Oh, and also this wine that I've got is your wine that you brought over.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I'm going to try it now.
Oh yeah.
Because
2 weeks after the fact.
Basically, what happened was I'd gone up to Manchester that weekend, spent the time up there with me and Duncan. Duncan went to the choir festival in Manchester. We had a good old time, but we had quite a lot to drink on the Saturday night. And by the way, it was me and Duncan, the singer, and Martin of Head, Shoulders, Tony and Nails, who you'll remember, and his girlfriend. And we wanted to stay out. We'd gone to a play, we'd gone to a musical, and after the musical, Martin was like, let's have one drink and then probably best to go home. We're like, all right, Grandad, shut up. We're in Manchester for the weekend, so we're not going to just go home. I want to stay out, says Duncan. And I said, I want to stay out. And Sarah's like, yeah, let's stay out. I
mean, if Duncan wants to stay out, then you probably should stay out.
Right? Like, we all wanted to stay out, apart from Martin, who's like, let's just have a quiet night. And I was like, no. And everyone was like, no. So we just all kind of kept relentless. And so do you know, Martin really reminds me of Tim in that regard, because Tim's like, well, we've had an extra one, but
we've had our fun, but we've got a schedule to keep, and we should probably have been sleeping 10 minutes ago. So.
Yeah, so we had an extra one, which was one more than Martin really wanted to have. And he's like, I think it's time. And we're like, no, on we go. And then there was this bit in where we Duncan was talking about choirs, and he said, yeah, we should find a karaoke place. And Martin's like, I don't think there's really a karaoke place around here. And Sarah went, there's one around the corner. And we just went off to the karaoke place. And it was like, and it's like we were running around the place, and Martin just didn't want to do any of it. And as a result of having such a great night out there and coming back,
it also became a great morning.
Yeah. And by the time I got to bed and got up, and we'd gone to watch the Liverpool women's play Leicester women's up in Liverpool. By the time I got back, I was like just shattered, and I was surprised I stayed up. And then you brought the wine round, and you were like, Alex, let's drink. And I was like, I feel so tired. I want to drink. So that wine's been sitting there for fucking 2 weeks. So let's find out what it's like.
I mean, you're the wine expert. How does 2 weeks of sitting in the bottle affect a
I'll be honest. It doesn't do it. It isn't good. It won't, because despite the fact there's a cork in it, I mean, I don't know the other resident wine drinkers here, such as Will and Katie. I can't remember what Katie's handle is now. Is it Missy B? But as other wine drinkers who might, I mean, Missy B won't probably have never seen this before.
No.
The concept that a wine might...
wine remaining in the bottle.
Yeah.
I understand.
If she opens a bottle of wine, it is gone. This is probably a very confusing phenomenon if I just show her. But effectively what happens is, whilst the cork is in there, it doesn't do a very good job of, over time, it will still kind of fuck it up. So I suspect this will be a bit vinegary. But we'll find out.
That was a good sound. Yeah, well, I hope that came through on the microphone. Yeah. Yeah. Missy B can confirm your story to be true.
True story.
And Will is also questioning why the fuck there is some left.
Yeah.
To be fair, I thought we'd drunk it all on the night. Otherwise, I would have taken it with me and had the next day.
Yeah, you should.
But that didn't happen. Right. Anyway, so this could be interesting. Watch the face, everyone. How does it smell?
Might be all right, actually. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good bottle of wine, to be fair.
Yeah. Do you know, I think that's all right.
Well, there you go. Lucky.
Oh, this is amazing. This is excellent. Because I really wanted to have some that night, but I didn't. I had to wait 2 weeks. And it's as good as the time we opened it, the time before we drank it.
Those certainly were words.
Oh,
some things stay the same, and some things never change. Those are both the same thing.
So
I fucked
happy.
that up. What else is going on?
Some things change. Good corking. Do you know, the thing is, though, what I will say, Jeremy, and people might not know this about Jeremy, but he tightens things. Do you know that you do this? You really you tighten things up.
Are you saying that I am a strong hench motherfucker? Is that
you are a strong hench motherfucker?
And no, I was not aware that I do things up tightly.
So the tap in the bathroom, you give that a good tightening.
Well, I don't now because it's a thingy.
Oh, well, that's true. But pre-thingy, it was. I'm not complaining about it. I didn't use it. It's a leak.
I mean, it was a leaky tap.
Yeah,
like it used to drip. So
you gave it a good.
I did it the business. Yeah.
But also the thing on a bottle of Pepsi Max, or probably other bottles, you'll give it a good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's solid.
It's on right. Well. Yeah.
So I suspect that if you were the one to put the cork in the
alpha
top,
tightening. Hey, that's probably the nicest thing you said to me, James. To be fair,
alpha tightening. Now, speaking of, actually, do we have to finish up what the fuck we were talking about?
No. Carry on your tangent.
Thank you. Speaking of Pepsi, and speaking of Singapore, I brought you back something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like stuff.
And you already have Pepsi.
Yes.
But myself and Aletha went into... They have a shop out there, and probably another place as well, called Don Don Donkey. And it's just...
You bought me a donkey. Man, I've never had a donkey before.
And it's here tonight. Bring it in!
Margaret, bring forth the donkey.
It's a durian. It isn't a durian, although my colleagues did say, oh, you should eat some durian. Let's go and take you to durian. Do you want some durian? In this desperate urge that my colleagues had to make me eat extreme things. But I didn't eat the durian in the end. I just didn't like the idea of like smelling that shit. So I didn't. But Don Don Donkey is selling kind of Japanese foods, and it's basically a big supermarket, and it's got quirky fun things, and all the way around it, it's got little kind of marketing for everything, right? And
Sounds
it's got
like my kind of place.
a big cartoon penguiny character who's advising that you need to have whatever it is that's in that area. So at one point it's like, ketchup, what every house needs. Ketchup. And I'm like, even simple things like that. Like wine, you should have some wine. And you're like, mayonnaise, get that in your house. It's like they advertise all these things, like, but in a really positive, but you must try that. So then your brain is like, yeah, I probably should have
if
some.
the penguin says I should have it, I should
probably have some
definitely
mayonnaise, you know.
Yeah.
Listen, everyone deserves a biscuit, they said at one point. So I'm just like, everything that you can conceive of, you know. Oh my God, you know.
Those biscuits aren't going to sell themselves.
Yeah, toilet paper. Everyone needs to shit themselves and wipe their ass. Get some toilet paper. I'm like, okay. And in Don Don Donkey, they have their own theme tune. And I can't remember quite how it goes, although Aletha knows. It's like, it kind of goes, Don Don Donkey. And there's another bit to it goes, we were singing it just now, but it's this stupid like 30-second, not even that, 15 seconds tune about Don Don Donkey, Don Don Donkey. And it goes like that, and then it just loops. And I was there in that shop for like 20 minutes, and I was going fucking mad. So can you imagine what the poor employees of Don Don Donkey were fucking... They all had these like stares of these people who were just like...
They died inside a very long time ago.
About Don 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 Donkey, Don Don Donkey, kill me. Everyone needs mustard, right? Shut up. Anyway, so I'll bring you something.
Cool.
It's not particularly crazy.
I mean, stuff is cool regardless of what it is, so
Yeah, right.
I'm excited.
I don't know that I need one, but I have got one of us each. So,
what is this?
it's basically, I think it's Pepsi. We think it's Pepsi Max.
It's their version.
It's Pepsi Special, 0, whatever. But on the thing for it, on the banner for it, it said Healthy Pepsi. Now it doesn't say Healthy Pepsi on here, but on the kind of bit on the side of it, is it filled with beans? Oh, man, that would be a fucking bait and switch.
That would be amazing.
But no, it is Pepsi Special, Healthy Pepsi. So I didn't know. I mean, it's yours to try whenever you really want to try.
I think I will finish this glass and then I will give it a go.
You need to find out whether it's any different, because like...
Yeah, I will give it a go.
What's strange about this one is because they
tonight.
do sell in Singapore regular Pepsi Max, as it were. But this was bought in this...
Yeah, it's a Japanese...
It's a Japanese...
brand, isn't it?
Yeah. So as a result, Healthy Pepsi's coming your way. So
Perfect.
there you go. So I thought, you know...
Yeah, I mean, this bit here looks like that says calorie, 0 calorie.
Yeah. So maybe it's going
What
to
is
taste
that?
exactly the same. Or
Don't know what
maybe
that bit
it
is.
won't.
But... Yeah. They don't have a word for calorie in Japan. They just spell it out in Japanese characters, apparently. I'm going to guess the weather in Singapore, says James. 30 degrees C all day, every day, sunset at Explicit. It's sensitive.
I don't know why, but yeah, it was 35 degree lots of the time, and it was very, very hot all the time.
So
there.
on the Alex scale, obviously we don't do numbers.
No.
How did you classify the temperature in Singapore?
Wear shorts. Wear shorts, yeah. Which is Harmstone's natural default, really. He's probably wearing shorts as we speak.
I wore shorts for a day the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because it went over 10 degrees and it was like, hey, it's warm, I'm going to wear shorts. And then it's been fucking freezing ever since. It was a strange situation to go there, but essentially it was very, very warm. I don't have a massive problem with it being warm. It was quite humid and sticky warm. And we were at this hotel, and the hotel aircon was... Obviously, they have aircon everywhere, and the aircon's full blast everywhere. So every taxi I took was just super chill. And I find that the aircon in taxis, in cars over here is fine, but for some reason they really nailed it. And everywhere I got, I was like, oh, thank God I'm in this fucking thing. It's so cool. That's how I felt in Las Vegas. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, you go into
thank you very much.
As soon as you go indoors, and at the hotel, as soon as I went indoors, it was this real... You know, when you open a fridge in a shop to get something from the cool section, you get this blast of air. Every time I went into my hotel, it's like, oh, thank fucking God. Oh, thank fucking God. And then every time I went out, I was just enveloped in this kind of warm kind of bubble, basically. So it was very, very warm. And
the way you describe it makes me think that I should go to Singapore.
Yeah.
Or just...
It was just
East Asia in general.
Sunny and gorgeous all the time. And what's weird for me as a person that doesn't holiday a lot far away and definitely doesn't do beach holidays, hot holidays, it was even weirder because I've gone somewhere. People do that when it's cold here, it's winter here, it's February here, whatever like that. So they escape somewhere else to get the warmth. And I never thought it would be me, and it was, and it was it was fucking amazing. So yeah. Although Singapore is full of fucking rules. And
hey, I like rules.
You would love
I'm
it.
I'm a big fan of rules, unless they are rules, for no fucking reason. Were they rules for no fucking reason?
Hard to say. You'll have to judge it. But basically, I mean, you're not allowed to litter. Although in fairness,
seems reasonable. Yeah.
I don't know why they're like, don't litter. And my parents, before I left, were like, you better not litter because they'll fine you, or this, that, and the other. I'm like, I don't litter here. I'm not going to litter there, and you're not allowed to chew chewing gum or they don't sell it. You can't take chewing gum in.
Perfect.
Chewing gum is banned. And I don't...
No durians on the subway. That's very specific.
No durians on the subway. No food and drink on the subway either. You can't snack or anything. You can't eat food and drink on the subway. That's a fine.
I mean, that seems reasonable.
That's a paddling.
I wouldn't like doing it, but
no gum.
That would be fine.
So they fine you. They find you and they fine you. So I was just actually, when I was in Liverpool, I was just walking towards going to see the match with Duncan.
Littering and chewing gum.
I did. He'd given me
durians.
some chewing gum in the car because Duncan loves chewing gum and he always has some in the car. And he said, do you want some chewing gum? I'm like, well, I'm not going to be able to have any for 2 weeks, so give me some. So I was eating it. And Duncan does a thing. He might not do it anymore. Duncan does a thing where he spits out his gum and then kicks it, basically. So you have to be quite dexterous to do this, but you're chewing your gum, you're done with your gum.
And willing to litter.
And willing to litter, which I'm not really, but anyway. So he spits it out. He's been doing this for years. He does it really well. I try and copy Duncan.
Habitual litterer. Got it.
I try and...
Noted for the report.
I try and emulate Duncan and always fuck it up. So he goes like spit, boot, and it kind of soars off beautifully into the sunset. And I spit and it falls on the floor and I just swipe at the air. And one time...
You slip on a banana skin, fall into the sky.
I spat it out and then kicked it and almost went in some woman's hair. So I've learnt just not to do it, but I was walking along through Liverpool and I'm like, do you know what? I'm going to spit out this gum and then kick it. And I spat it out just on the floor, missed it completely and just walked off. And I thought, well, I'm glad I'm not in Singapore yet because I've already broken two Singapore laws.
You'd have probably been flogged by now in Singapore.
Well, they have capital and corporal punishment in Singapore.
2 reasons to salute.
Yeah. So, they don't allow, you're not allowed to buy alcohol after 10:30. You're not allowed to be drinking in the street after 10:30. You're not allowed to be, like I said, for various different rules and various different things. And everywhere there's a thing that says, don't do this, don't do this, don't do that. So it's very rules heavy. And I was in the taxi, and the taxi says, like, a sign on the inside of the window of the taxi which said, taxi fare evasion is a crime. And I'm like, yeah, no
Thanks,
shit.
guy.
No shit, it's a crime. It's a crime other places.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it a crime?
Is it cool?
I suppose I will pay for my own taxi.
This time I will. It's like, I'll just get in. Hang on a minute. You got to pay for that. Oh, do what? And like, what the fuck? Yeah, of course you have to. What other place? What other country in the world? So it is a bit strange. They go over the top, but
ain't no deterrent better than a maximum security prison directly opposite the airport. Yeah, that'll do it.
I mean, I never saw that.
I mean, it'd probably be better to like have a stockade opposite the airport, guy being flogged as you come in. Welcome to Singapore. Don't fucking break the rules.
So probably not the best destination for a maverick. No. And actually, like, if you bring drugs into the country, you're just gonna get the death penalty, and that's just the way it goes.
Decided not to do that this time.
I did decide not. I was quite freaked out by the idea that somebody might stash something in my bag, even though there's no reason why they would, because they never be able to get it back, But it's these people who might bring something in for someone else or take something out for somebody. If you bring drugs into the country, like, you will just get killed. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I was in the taxi coming back from somewhere, and the guy was making all these kind of dad jokes and stupid dumb jokes, and he was like bantering with and stuff like that. And he was telling us about the history of Singapore. And at one point he was telling us about all the rules and all the laws and everything. And he said, then he said words to the effect in the taxi of like, because we got all these rules because everyone deserves a right to a happy life. And I wanted to say, apart from all the people you murder. But I didn't say that. But
you didn't say that because you're right off to the murdering with you. See you later. There's another one on the murdering train.
Oh my god. So yeah, I didn't want to say, yeah, I mean, you make an excellent point were it not for the fact that your backwards fucking opinions on
that's a murdering.
On murder, a capital punishment and other terrible shit. But yeah. So
maybe I'll just forego the Singapore part and just go to Japan like I've been planning for ever and ever. Amen.
Yeah, it's
that'd be nice.
It doesn't take very long to see everything you need to see in Singapore, but it is a long old way to go. But yes, even though I don't want to do any of these things, the second someone says you're not allowed, do you know what? I mean, it sounds like a strange thing, but like, if I did chew gum and you might have a packet of extra and you've got like 3 left and it's in you just might turn up and just have it on you. And part of me thought...
I mean, that one's not a murdering, though, is it? That's just like a $100 fine.
That's a fining,
yeah.
Jaywalking, that's another one.
Well,
jaywalking.
I fucking hate jaywalking, so this Singapore sounds brilliant.
It's very, very rules heavy. And jaywalking, I jaywalked a couple of times. We found ourselves just walking across this bit and we're like, oh, shit, we fucked it up. But yeah.
Yeah, I remember when we were in Munich... And you said to me, "Oh, they tend to frown upon jaywalking here."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay, right. I will wait for the crossing." And then we were at that crossing.
Yeah.
Over a road that was literally the distance between like here and there.
Yeah.
And it was I could step across it in half a stride, and we were stood there going, "Right, let's wait for the crossing."
We're waiting for this thing.
No traffic. Absolutely nothing coming. No traffic whatsoever. And then, just as it's about to go green, a bunch of fucking cars come up and they're literally in the way of the crossing. And then it goes green. I'm like, right, well, there's a car in the way now. So what do we do? And then we did nothing. And then it went red again. Fuck it, I'm jaywalking. I don't give a fuck anymore. So, yeah.
It's strange in Germany because, like, whilst I only learned that a little bit from somebody when I was in Essen, the number of times I've been to Essen, I think I've learned it from being there because I'll be standing at the crossing and everyone will just like stay where they are and they will not move. And I'm like, are you for real, guys? There's literally nothing coming. And I'll walk out and they'll be just like staying where they are. And I'm like, are you guys cool? Let's just fucking go.
I mean, I almost ran over some Germans jaywalking on the electric scooter that I rented. So clearly they don't all frown upon it.
No, I don't think it's that big a deal actually in Germany. That I've just witnessed them be very fastidious about doing it. Whereas
it does sound very German. Yeah.
So yeah, Singapore, a land of rules and Singapore slings, basically. A wonderful, wonderful, hot place with at least 2 botanical gardens.
At least.
I don't know if there's any more, but there's 2 big leafy motherfucking places.
I don't know how many botanical gardens we have here in the UK, but I would assume it's around the same number. I've got no frame of reference.
But yes, more so. But yes, and I think like they said that the reason they banned the chewing gum was because people would chew the gum on the metro, on the tube, effectively, and then it would get stuck in the doors, and then the doors would close on the gum, and then it would just, they wouldn't be able to, right? And that's the reason they banned the gum.
That's a very specific reason.
Yeah, and I thought it was just because, you know how you spit gum on the floor? Duncan the singer, what a cunt, right? And it goes on the ground, and it makes that horrible grey kind of dotted thing, and then when you walk,
horrible, yeah.
It looks fucking horrible. That's the reason. That isn't the reason. They basically have, it just gummed up the doors on the fucking thing, and they were like, right, that's it.
Because they could have just banned putting your chewing gum in the doors, surely.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
who does that?
Why would you put your chewing gum in the door?
In the door? How would you do it? You know,
mind the gum.
Mind the gum. Kids were doing it to be rebellious. Oh, fucking hell.
Kids need better hobbies, honestly.
Do you know that's what the capital punishment should be for? These fucking kids, man. But yeah. Everything is like a reaction to something. There was a riot there's a riot 10 years ago.
No rioting.
And they decided like, right, that's where they went. 10:30, no more alcohol. They're like, we're not having this again. The reason there was riots is everyone's fucking drunk. Right, 10:30, that's it. So everything suddenly fucks up in Singapore. They're like, right, let's overreact. Someone put some drugs in. Right, kill them.
That is a bit of an overreaction.
If you litter, they give you a yellow vest and then make you go and clean up all the litter. So it's like community service if you litter. So all my colleagues were like going like, you see all these people that are going around doing this stuff. That's because they were littering. And I'm like, well, what's the fucking point? Because nobody really does litter. So what
do they tidy up?
What do they pick up? What's the fucking point? Yeah. So there you go. Some Singapore facts. It's very clean place.
Let's finish. What the fuck, Mouse? Let's finish our haps and naps.
Yeah.
Hap from Aletha got promoted. Woo!
Yes, she did get promoted. That's incredible.
Yeah, which was right at the beginning of your going. So that seemed like ages ago now. But we shall definitely celebrate that. Well done. Share your nap. James says, neighbour stole my wheelie bin. Oh,
it's happening.
This is one for you. Verbally abused me. Been quite a dramatic day.
Shit me, really? What have you done about that? Like, did your wheelie bin have a number on it? Did it have any marks that say it's yours? Or did you just go like, and how did they steal it? Because ours are all outside, but like, what inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah. Hello, Ali.
Welcome in, Ali. Good to see you.
When are you going to stream again? March. I will stream again in March.
Fair enough.
I contacted the police. He was so aggressive. Jesus.
Oh, good call.
Was it you? I mean, you get quite aggressive about your bins.
I do. But I would be, if I believed that it was truly mine, then I'd get quite aggressive. I wouldn't steal someone else's bin because, you know.
Well, you did. You stole, you didn't know it wasn't your bin and you put your number on it. So you did steal a bin.
I felt pretty confident.
You tried to steal a bin and then it turned out to be
Steely
yours.
Bin.
So it wasn't stolen.
A bit like the time when I broke into a club because I couldn't be bothered to be in a queue. And then it turned out it was free to get in anyway. So, like, I was trying to be a criminal until it was fine.
I wonder what the punishment is for stealing a wheelie bin in Singapore.
Oh, yeah. You have to get in a bin and, like, they have to put rubbish on you and stuff
and
like
then
that.
they roll you down a hill.
Into the bay.
And then they murder you.
Yes.
Sounds good.
It's just if you're a bit worried about... I was always on tenterhooks the whole time, like, shit, what's going to happen? And we're walking through this little park place and it says, do not feed the birds. And I'm like,
You're like, right, I'm not going to do that because who knows what the fuck will happen.
A punishment.
I will be fed to the birds if I feed the birds.
Yeah, I was like, don't feed the birds. And they're like, yeah, because otherwise what happens is they kind of get used to tourists feeding them, and then they get really aggressive and kind of fly up to you and like demand food. So
yes, the seagull strategy.
Yeah. And apparently there's all this long grass, and this is still in the city, and there's chickens in there. And I'm like, and they said like, there's chickens in there. I said, are there? And they're like, yeah. They come out sometimes, mostly. They come out now, mostly. They come out.
They mostly pack at night.
She said, but if you see a chicken, she said, it's my colleague Yvonne.
Kill it and eat it.
She said, don't
southern fry that shit.
That's how I like my chicken. Don't steal the chicken. If you find a chicken, don't steal it. And I'm like,
again, that's important information to give to you, notorious chicken thief.
I wasn't gonna steal it. I played Zelda. Do you know how hard it is to catch chickens? Fucking hell.
You couldn't even hit a chicken on the head with a Pokeball or whatever that you tried to do on Pokemon Arceus.
A Pidgey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would fucking feed them. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't feed them because it's like a $1,000 fine. It's bonkers.
Jesus. For feeding chickens.
Apparently there are urban otters there. There are urban otters.
Urban otters?
Yes. I never got to the bottom of urban otters and I never saw them. But apparently they're just... You know what an otter is? You've heard of otters.
I'm familiar with otters, yes. And
Yeah.
I'm familiar with urban foxes.
Right.
The only time I've ever heard any animal referred to as urban is foxes.
What do you call it? Urban. But
Yeah.
like an otter, is it like a beaver? I presume they're similar. But anyway...
Less hair, I think.
Yeah. But I don't know if they build dams, but I said, what are they, like wandering around the streets of Singapore,
they seem...
collecting bits of wood and putting them across a road?
No, that's definitely a beaver.
Yeah. Well, I just said it anyway.
They're water-dwelling, right?
Not in Singapore. They're urban.
What do they
hang
do?
around? I never saw one.
Do they like go and have a cocktail?
So crazy.
Do they pick up the litter so that you don't have to? What?
They collect it and take it home.
The fuck does an urban... What? Why is there otters in the city?
Don't know.
What do they do?
Singapore was Tamsanaki's final trip, yeah. You really had better not go. It's a long fucking... It's 14 hours just to be very, very attentive to the rules, basically, so...
Yeah. I can kill you for not following a rule here if you want. Far quicker.
Yeah.
That's a stabbing.
Where are we now, anyway? But anyway, there's a few things. We'll tell you more.
Oh, yeah, we were reading about James's bins.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Basically, he went out, couldn't see his bins, so came in my front garden, took mine, clearly not his new bin. Mine is 2 years old.
So then, presumably, you went, knock, 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 on his fucking forehead.
I mean, excuse me, good sir.
Would you mind awfully fucking off?
Because giving me my fucking bin back, because I need to put my bins...
It's clearly not your bin. 14 hours just to get executed. Do you know, Tamsanaki, amongst the other... I don't fly well. I don't really like flying. I'm getting better at it, but I didn't really like it. And having done Munich, I was really like, oh, yeah, I'm fly anywhere, whatever.
I mean, Munich was like an hour, right?
I know, exactly. But like it given me this false confidence, if I might say so, to kind of get there. And I was like really freaked out. But I had this image, as like I said, of someone putting something in my bag and then me getting there and them going, what's this fucking shit? And me being like, oh, well, I guess I'm dead then. So, like, I just was pretty freaked out about it. And by the way, I didn't get sentenced to death in Singapore.
Yeah, can you imagine? DGMS 114 was the last one because you went to Singapore and got fucking executed.
And got executed.
Like, what a fucking buzzkill that would have been.
I know, right? They probably wouldn't let me stream from the prison. But fuck those guys, because I've come back and I didn't get killed. And I'm never going to go back to Singapore ever in my life. It was a wonderful trip and I loved it, but I will never, ever go back to Singapore.
So when are you going back to Singapore?
Next year, actually, when I'm required to go out and train them a second time.
I'll take over. It'll be fine.
You can come down, Dr. Fruitbat. We'd love to have you.
Welcome in.
You can be sitting right here on the sofa. I patted really seductively. You can come right here and be on the sofa with us.
Yeah. And that's an invitation for anyone who's entertaining, to be fair. We'd love to have some guests.
Oh, yeah.
On the sofa. Come on down.
Yeah, if you want to be on the sofa, just let us know. We'll get you on board.
Yes. Oh, speaking of which, I need to speak to you about a guest, but...
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
wonderful.
That's not for now. It's not for you.
It's not for you. That rules me out. Well, you've been on.
Yeah, you have been on.
Yeah.
We beat you with sticks or whatever we did, and you had to hide behind a cushion.
It's still such a funny kind of... He's so ungainly, you know, because he's a tall guy. He's just kind of... It's hard to kind of...
I mean, he literally chose the smallest thing around him to try and protect himself with as we yeeted paper at him. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Right, then, back to reality. I think we're on the last two. A hat from James. So it's not all having your wheelie bin stolen and told to fuck off by an angry person. 2 soups.
Is that 2 soups?
I don't know what that means.
2 soups. We'll call him James 2 Soups 31.
I mean, is it like you went to one of those cup soup vending machines and it accidentally gave you 2?
Had 2 soups. Sounds super.
Yeah. Context is required. Yes, I've had 2 soups this week. Oh, right.
In the week.
2 soups a week. Someone's doing well.
I know. Well,
it's
winter.
Yeah. And Tamsy. I don't know why I called it
Tamsy. That's what. Is that what Brogan calls her, or is that what Damn?
I don't know.
Who calls Tamsy? I think it's Brogan calls.
I was kind of mixing my playful saying of Harmstone as Harmy, and then
I quite like Tamsy. I think that's nice.
I don't think it works.
I don't think she likes it, but I quite like it.
Yeah, I don't think it works for me. But there you go. Tamsin, always the rule breaker, wanting to point out that she's put new stickers for her bins that she's still got because an aggressive prick hasn't stolen her bins.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Good job, Tamsin. Make James feel like shit, why don't you?
Imagine her breaking the rules, really. She doesn't strike me as a rule breaker.
No.
No.
I
fucking hate it. What, Tamsy? I kind of like it. I think it's sweet. You know, I think it's endearing. I don't say it, but I think it's Brogan. I think Brogan says it. I fucking hate it. I don't know what I'm doing.
Beatboxing, apparently. Shall we move on?
Please.
Actually, we didn't do our haps and that.
Oh, right,
we pretty much covered it.
Yeah, I mean, I went to Singapore and it was wonderful.
And I was here, it was fucking freezing, and I fucking hated it.
It was so warm, and I flew business class, and it was really nice, and they just kept coming out to me saying, I was very freaked out, and I went out there, and I was like, I don't want to fly, blah, 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 and I'm like, then when I got on there, they were like, champagne, Mr. Borton? And I'm like, oh, yeah, everything's going to be okay. And they just kept coming out to me and giving me stuff. Then I fell asleep.
Did they actually know your name?
Yeah. And cool. As soon as I got on there, I went to sit down and they were like, Mr. Borton, good to have you on the plane. And I was like, this is on a level I did not fully expect.
They know my name.
I mean, I know it's not. But the thing is, also, people in England have trouble getting the pronunciation right for this. But like, they got it right and they kept saying it and they kept bringing me this stuff out. And then in the middle of the night, I woke up and there was this guy there. And he was like, Mr. Borton, you okay? I said, yeah. I said, yeah, I just woke up, you know. And he was like, can I get...
yes, dear, go back to sleep.
I said, He said, can I get you anything? He said, maybe a drink? I said, yes, please. He said, some alcohol? And I said, yeah. He said, let me get you a Singapore sling. And I was like, yes, that would be lovely. And it's
like read your mind.
What the fuck is going on? It's just like, Singapore sling, Mr. I woke up out of my sleep and he was just there with a Singapore sling. And I'm like...
Do you know what you need, sir? You need a Singapore sling.
You need some alcohol in that mouth of yours.
Get out of my mind,
yeah,
motherfucker.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
So that was Hap. You know, that's not... I hate Nap having to fly. Hap getting to be in business class is a weird thing. Did you go to Raffles, the non-nuts bar? I went to Raffles, the nuts bar, which was wonderful. And when Aletha was there, we went to a non-nut bar in Raffles, but not the one I wanted to go. They have one called the Writers Bar, which couldn't get into. We went to a different bar.
So you nutted in Raffles, you didn't nut in the other place.
Correct.
Okay, good.
Raffles is a wonderful, wonderful place. Really, really good.
You nutted inside Raffles. Okay. Good.
I've got pictures of it. I'll show you.
Okay. Great.
My nuts, basically spread my nuts everywhere in the long bar.
All over Raffles.
Oh, yeah.
Inside and out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. The other hap, and I don't know why I got my pen out, but I've got it out now and I'm going to use it. And I will point to things on my board here. While we were away, or you were away, while the show was away,
Get my wine.
We surpassed 100,000 likes on TikTok.
Yes!
And we crossed the 6,000 follower mark, which... if I would like to say so myself, is fucking incredible. And I'm very, very pleased with it.
It is amazing. We should celebrate. And not just now when I'm raising my glass, but yeah, 100,000 likes. That's big time. Oh, and also, 100,000 likes, 6,000 followers, but also that debaptized video has now hit 500,000 views.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, 500,000.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. So.
Oh, yeah, that was the other thing that we were waiting for. Yeah.
By the way, someone jumped in and said something, and they were a new person, and I didn't.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And I didn't mean to ignore them, but we were on a.
But I also didn't really understand what they said.
No, I didn't understand what they said. Where does it say that? Didn't they
there
say? There you go.
Siroxas P Hon Twitch. Great. Think of something. Spam stink.
Are you spamming us, Siroxus?
Or is that you trying to say something witty as your first remark?
Listen, I'm sorry we didn't say anything about it. Siroxus, if that is your real name. Sounds like a cyborg name. Maybe you're a robot. Come back to us, Siroxus. All is forgiven.
You don't have to be witty. Nobody else in the chat is. Just come and say shit. It's fine. And then the final hap before we move on.
Yes.
In at the buzzer.
Yes.
Indecisive elf. After fighting the system for 3 years, a certain elf has been accepted into uni.
Whoop!
Is that certain elf her, do you think? Or
I suspect
is
it
she
is.
bragging about an elf?
A different
colleague,
elf.
Perhaps.
Elrond has finally been accepted into Middle-earth U.
My third cousin elf, Dave, has now been accepted. It's only the Open University, but still.
It's still good.
Good on Dave.
Oxford Polytechnic. Yes. Well done. Congratulations. So you've been fighting the system for 3 years. It's like, do you know what? We want you in university. And she's like, no, fuck you. I'm not going. And then for 3 years, she's like, no, I never want to go. And then eventually she's like, well, all right, I'll get an education.
And they were like, we stopped asking you ages ago. But okay.
What are you going to study at
in,
university? You've been accepted into uni to do what? Is a question on my lips and also James's lips, it would seem as well.
Yes.
But congratulations. Cheers. Always good.
Yes. Now, a slightly unconventional one of our next segment, because we've got a follow-up to do. And I'm not sure it'll be as funny as the original, but I didn't think the original was going to be funny either. And and I was told some new things. So I'm going to say some stuff.
Okay. And
then they're going to say some stuff, and I'll probably be weirded out again in a segment that we like to call Going Viral. So Harmstone has guessed it. Yes. In the news this week is your favourite masturbating walrus and mine, Thor.
Thor.
Because he's been spotted again. I mean, I assume he's a he. I'm assuming his gender. He got his cock out and masturbated a bit, so maybe it isn't that big an assumption. Has been spotted in Iceland.
He gets around a bit, doesn't he?
This is Thor the walrus that was spotted in Scarborough on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, and he'd been as far south as he'd been to Jersey.
He was on the move on New Year's Day, actually. So he was in Scarborough for New Year's.
Yeah.
And then he was spotted a day or two later, 70 miles further north in Blythe, Northumberland.
Oh, yeah, Blythe. I know Blythe.
And it seems like his path north has continued and has now made it all the way up to Iceland.
Do you know what we need?
Which is very north.
Is tour t-shirts. Thor tour t-shirts. And you know where you kind of where the band has gone to Edinburgh, Dublin...
and
Nottingham, Rock City.
It crosses it out, doesn't it?
It's sold out,
to
sold
your
out, sold
city.
out.
Yeah.
It should be kind of Thor's wanking tour, and it just goes all these various fucking Hampshire, Jersey, Bath, Scunthorpe, Iceland. Lads on Thor. That is good. That is good.
That is a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thorgies, I would say.
After Thor's visit to the UK, a spokesman said, we wondered if we would ever see him again. We are delighted to have been informed that he is in Iceland. Now, are we very sure that they're talking about Iceland, the country?
Yeah,
because I know that there's definitely an Iceland in Scarborough. I don't know about Blythe, but there's definitely an Iceland in Scarborough.
They could be talking about the Kerry Katona advertised frozen food supermarket.
Yeah. That sell Greg's pasties frozen. You can just cook them yourself, that kind of thing. Yeah.
The Thor tour, and all the cities are renamed with innuendos. Put in the cunt in Scunthorpe. It's Thor. I haven't got any more.
Icelandic broadcaster RUV said that he had settled on a pontoon in the town's harbour on Friday morning and had once again drawn interested onlookers.
I'm not surprised. It's a fucking walrus.
Yeah.
Wank, 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 wank. They probably shouldn't be doing this, should they?
No, that'll definitely encourage him.
Wank, wank.
Well, that won't really encourage him. He doesn't do it like that.
No,
He's
he
a
doesn't.
Fucking walrus. He's got flippers,
It's like,
or whatever they are.
I'm not a performing seal. Well,
Yeah.
you kind of are, right? I mean, come on. And it's like, oh, everywhere I go,
I'm not a performing seal. I'm a masturbating seal. Fucking get it right.
He'll undo your scar, bruh.
Yeah.
And, it's quite a hard thing to do with hands which are dexterous. I mean, not for me, obviously. Plenty of
Lots of
opportunities.
practice.
Yeah. But I reckon that Thor can't remove a bra. I reckon he's unable to do that.
I mean, if you slap a bra hard enough, it'll come off. And he's definitely got the flippers for that. Like, maybe he did remove the torso instead of the bra.
If you slap a bra hard enough.
Yeah, it will. It comes off.
Yeah, I guess. So he went.
I'm not saying it's a pleasurable experience for the bra wearer, but it's a fact. It comes off.
Yeah. So it's perfect for him because they have a dick museum there. What is in the dick museum? What?
Who said that and why are they making shit up now? Of course it was Harmstone. Yeah.
How does he... A dick museum in Iceland? What, like various...
Are they mummified penises?
Or is it just a model of Dick Van Dyke? That sort of dick. That'd be amazing, though, by the way, if it was just like... it was just people called Dick.
The Icelandish Phallological, that's a tongue twister, museum. Everybody knows about the Dick Museum.
There's a Dick Museum.
Clearly not everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah. Observe this penis. Yeah. Phallological Museum of Iceland. This is a cock. All right.
I mean, it's a great tune. I wonder if they play that when you go in. And it immediately plays all the way around.
Maybe it's like one of those like doormats that is like pressure
Yeah.
sensitive, and you step on it and it's like bow bow now now.
It has to reset every time you do it.
Bow bow now now. Hang on, there's something going on here.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing. I only know about the Vagina Museum. Man, the Dick Museum and the Vagina Museum should get together, right? I mean, can you imagine that?
Yeah.
It had to shut down. It's such a shutdown.
So not only was there Thor spotted in Iceland, but we have another walrus sighting.
My God!
Here in the UK, in Scotland, it is another walrus that is not Thor, has been confirmed to not be Thor, and from what I'm told, there were several scientists who took the time to study the Scottish walrus, check out the markings, make sure it wasn't the one that we already knew. And
bash this one out.
In their scientific opinion, the best thing that they could come up with that to describe this walrus as not Thor, was that this walrus was massive. No, that was the best they had.
Walrus is massive.
How would you describe this walrus? Massive.
Booyaka. The chickens in Singapore, oh man, we've gone back to that. Chickens in Singapore are the wild original species called the red jungle fowl, I believe, not the domesticated breed. Well, everything's a fowl in that fucking place.
Alex thought they were ducks, so I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Fuck me, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Whack Beth. Yes, some Scottish play. That's what they were doing up there. So when I come to the UK in 24, my only desired sighting will be the masturbating walrus. Not coming to see us.
It's too late now. He's in Iceland. You can see the massive walrus.
Are you coming
Scotland?
Coming to the UK in 20? Is this where you're doing? When you said you got into university, Elf? Did you get into a UK university?
Is it here?
Here?
I'm so sorry.
That would be amazing. I look forward to you heading over in 2024. We'll make a tour T-shirt up for you.
I mean, to be fair, if you come here in 2024 and Thor the Walrus is in the country, we'll go see fucking Thor.
Yeah.
We don't care.
Yeah.
It'll be great content for us.
Do you know what? We should fucking try and track him down.
We should. When we next hear that Thor is in the UK, we should go and see Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2020 Thor.
Very good. Yeah. So yeah, Not necessarily funny. But
No, I've been
I just wanted to update on what's going on with our favourite walrus, to be honest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a South African uni, planning a visit to see some family and some walrus, plural?
Yeah.
What is the plurus of walrus? Are they walruses? They are walruses, aren't they?
I think it's walruses.
Walrus funnier, though.
Mm.
Sounds a bit like the villains from Stargate SG-1, though, so maybe we shouldn't call
I
them
never
that.
watched it. I couldn't say I've watched it.
Wrong type of gods. Oh, no, Thor. There's a Thor in SG-1 as well. I'm just being a nerd on my own. I'll just keep talking.
Come over for DGMS 150. Oh, I looked up there to see whether I could work out what it was. No, I'm not going to be able to know. Well, listen. When eventually you come over, Elf, we can hang out. I'm sure we'll find some time to hang out. Come along for the LARP season. We'll get you into live action roleplay. I know you want to do it. So, that was going viral.
It was going viral.
Nice little update there.
Yeah.
Now, oh, by the way, there's more stuff. I've got you something else
Oh.
from Dun 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 Donkey. Dun Dun Donkey. Oh my god, that fucking theme tune.
I'll put my clipboard down then if I'm
Someone
getting more things.
in Singapore is just like, I can't take it anymore. Like, they must stream that theme tune. Anyway, back in a moment. Just gonna make sure I don't fall down off my,
As it's been sat on his leg and it's now dead. I'll work on finishing what is remaining in my glass of this Pepsi so I can try the Pepsi special at the same time, shall I?
I gotta find. Yeah.
Sounds good.
I'm just gonna find what I've got, but you gotta close your eyes, okay? Because otherwise you'll see what I've got.
I've got to close my eyes apparently. Okay, let me just finish this drink then. Hang on.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because then I can show them
Okay.
what it is.
I'm closing my eyes and he will put his dick in my face or something. Right. Here we go. I had to put my hands over my eyes, by the way, because I don't trust myself.
Yeah, I understand. Stay there now. I'm just going to sit back down again. It's going to be beans. It's not. Let me... you can put your hands down but keep your eyes closed, and I'm going to put something into your hands. You can open them now.
I already know
what
it is.
What it is.
Is it?
Is it?
Girthy Japanese crisp
It's
thing.
a girthy Japanese. Have a second one.
Thank you.
So, straight from Don.
And it actually says Donkey Bow on it.
Yeah, I don't...
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, and these ones have got the flavour in English written on the top as well.
Yeah, so what
I've
you've
never
got
had that
here
before.
is an episode of sequels is a cheese one and a wasabi one. Now, I don't know if you're a fan of wasabi.
I am.
Oh, that's interesting, because I thought we might try them.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't really need to try the cheese one unless you really feel like doing it. I just wanted to demonstrate the ones that we have. And there's others in the back that you can take away with you.
Yes, this is the greatest day of my life.
But I thought we might try the wasabi.
I'm down. Yeah.
If you want to
Do you
give
think
it
it's going to be spicy?
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so while we're doing this, I'm just going to pour myself a glass of this Pepsi Special.
Yeah.
What did you say it was? Healthy Pepsi.
Healthy Pepsi.
That's it, yeah.
Healthy Pepsi.
I'll just take the first nose. Hang on. Yep, that smells like Pepsi.
If it's exactly the same, I'll be...
It might be. Based
why
on
would
the
it not, I
smell.
guess? But you know when you get these things from other places. And I would prefer a mini milk.
Okay.
Looking good. Looking good.
Now then, what's the pretentious wine thing I've got to do? It's this, isn't it?
You could do that. I don't do that. I just
No.
put my nose in it. You have to tell me what it's like. Now, you've drunk a lot of Pepsi Max.
I have drunk, I have drunk sugar-free Pepsis from around the world.
Yeah.
This is the next in the long list of sugar-free Pepsis that I have drunk.
I'm glad we could get you it.
It tastes
Yes.
more like Coke Zero.
Wow, really does it?
Yeah, it tastes more like Coke Zero than Pepsi,
Shit.
which is not a bad thing necessarily,
No.
but it is a different flavour to Pepsi Max.
I drank a lot of Coke Zero when I was out there because they had it everywhere and they didn't have Pepsi really very much.
But that is pleasant. And I'm going to drink it, and then I'm going to keep this bottle on my my shelves behind me where I stream because that's quite nice.
Oh, cool. Well, let's try the girthy crisp.
Wasabi.
Tony and
This is more going global than going viral, isn't it?
yeah. So straight from Singapore, straight from Japan.
Doesn't smell of much.
No. I'm going to try not to eat it into my mic.
I'll eat it into the mic. ASMR. That is a bit kicky.
Do you know what? I'm a fan of that. Oh my goodness.
It's got an initial spice, but it doesn't linger.
No.
Which is nice.
In the words of the Cranberries.
No, it's tasty.
It doesn't blow your mind.
No.
Well, there you go. Once again, more girthy Japanese crisp things.
Which is usually the answer to anything on Drinky Drink. If you're wondering.
Oh man, that's good.
No, good. Thank you.
Lots of wonderful things. I'm eating toffee and pretzels Tony's, which I think is my favourite one. I think it's my favourite one as well, actually. Oh, no, wait. Is it? No, my favourite's salted caramel. Right.
I think we might have missed Hannah saying earlier that she's had to buy more of that salted caramel vodka that she had here.
Oh, really?
And that she really liked it.
Yeah, that went down really well. And I only bought that, of course, because we were trying to make the stupid cocktails. And then it sat around for ages, but they all just fucking drank it. And I think they're apologising to me. Oh, we drank all your stuff. And I'm like, literally,
That's what it's for.
That's what it's there for. All that alcohol is there to be drunk. It was Tamsy.
Sounds like Tamsy.
Yeah.
Classic Tamsy.
Yeah.
Karis thought it was her, which is why we bought a bottle of vodka round and left it here for your collection.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That was very kind. We can just drink it. How many did you bring back? You get 30 in a packet.
Jesus, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And we brought back 30 wasabi and 30 cheese. And we're going to keep some and you can have some, basically.
Jesus, fuck, this is amazing.
So you're probably going to get 15 of each, basically.
I'm going to give that a round of applause. I love that.
Yeah.
Cool.
I didn't have any room. Aletha brought it all back, basically. Really, I didn't. She had a much bigger bag, as they say.
Fair enough. Yeah, best trip ever, and I didn't even go. Exactly. Yep. Yeah. Makes up for him ditching me, I would say.
Yeah. Have to do it in some way.
Right, let's move on. You're bestowing the gifts today.
Yes.
Bestowing girthy crisps on me. I wonder if perhaps you might bestow some advice on some other people.
Oh.
In the segment that we like to call Agony with Alex.
Listen, you'll take my advice and you'll fucking like it.
Alex was too chicken to bring a big suitcase, so you're welcome. Yeah, I didn't...
More places for the other people to stash the drugs.
Right? Right?
Or chewing gum.
You know me so well.
A jaywalker.
Yeah. There's a jaywalker in this bag.
Kill him! Send him to the stockade now.
You fucking motherfucker. I'm also not a big fan of lugging big fucking mega cases around. I just
I did find it quite funny earlier when you were describing the packing that you were there for 2 weeks, obviously. Aletha came out for the tail end of the trip and had a bigger suitcase than you. I was like, sounds cool.
I'll show you my case.
That would be me.
It's beautiful and it's lovely and it's slick and it's got a little lock and combination bit on it. It's really, really lovely and I think it's amazing. And I managed to fold all my stuff up really perfectly for 2 weeks in that carry-on. And the thing about it is that somebody said to me, "Oh, you'll need a bigger one than that," and I'm like, "Challenge accepted." It's like my boss was like, "Oh, you'll need, you've got like 40 kilograms."
I think you'll find it's not size that matters; it's what you do with it.
Exactly right. So I stuck my penis in it, and you can go and see that in the Dick Museum. But yeah, it was like challenge accepted. I'll get it all in carry on. Anyway,
this is Agony with Alex.
Yep.
Somebody's written into us with a problem. And you're going to solve it. And I know I say this a lot, but I really feel like this one is completely and utterly in your wheelhouse. And I really think that you can offer some primo advice
I hope
to
so.
this person.
I hope so.
Are you ready?
I am. I was born ready, Jeremy.
Dear Alex.
Hello.
My girlfriend buried all of my beans in the woods and won't tell me where.
It's a bean hunt. I bloody love a bean hunt. Carry on.
With all that is going on,
yeah,
We have stocked up on supplies, including some canned goods. I ordered, a few weeks ago, 30 cans of beans.
No, this is made up. Did you write this?
I did not.
Did you get this? Got sent in to us, as they all do.
Yes. On our new email address, dgmslive@outlook.com.
Nice.
Get your submissions in.
I mean, I know I'm jumping in, but I do love to jump in. But like with everything that's going on, when was this written? During the fucking Cuban Missile Crisis?
Well, I mean, not all of us jet off to Singapore on the weekly.
No.
But you will notice that there is a Cosy Lives going on, Alex.
Oh, yes, there is Cosy Lives.
And people need to supply beans or something. I don't really know. Yes, ordered a few weeks ago 30 cans of beans. 10 are black beans, 10 are kidney beans, and 10 are pink beans.
Is this one of those puzzles where they're like, if you pick one out of a black bag, what is the percentage of getting one of it? Is it that sort of puzzle? Is it a lateral thinking puzzle?
Well, that's easy. It's 50-50. You'll either get pink beans or you won't.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, okay.
Easy mode. That's why
Very,
I've got a
very
GCSE
simple.
in maths. Also, I ordered 15 cans of chickpeas.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Hey, this is from Mr. Bean. Don't order beans, apparently.
Honestly, look, they don't even... Your first mistake, if I might jump in, is not having any baked beans. You've got black beans, pinto beans, and broad beans. What did you say?
None of those things. Black beans, kidney beans, and pink beans.
Oh, shut up. Pink beans? What the fuck are pink beans? You're making that shit up. I've never seen pink beans on the shelf of a Sainsbury's. Why are you picking the shittest beans? Carry on.
I thought this is a reasonable amount of beans and chickpeas to have every now and then.
Incorrect.
And would last me for quite some time.
That is true.
Harmstone with a clitoris joke there. Well done.
One day, I can't speak.
Is it the like unbelievability of Harmstone making a clitoris joke?
Yeah,
It is pretty unbelievable. They do say you should only joke about what you know.
Well, quite.
Harmstone's fighting against the grain there.
Let me give you some advice. Don't literally flick it. Don't literally flick it. That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flick it with your tongue. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's
a
acceptable.
what joke? A clitoris joke, James. However, and this is where the real dilemma comes in.
Where the beans fall off the wagon.
Last night, I opened the cabinet because I wanted to make a vegetarian chili using 2 cans of beans.
Oh, you're such cunts. I don't want to help you.
But all the beans were gone.
Your cupboard was bare.
What the hell? I asked my girlfriend, and she told me she buried all of the beans in the woods.
Of course! Why wouldn't you? Heaven forbid you put them in the easily accessible cupboard where you could open the door and get them out, lest someone come in and steal them in the middle of the night. Fucking hell.
At first, I thought she was joking, but she explained, no, she had buried the beans in the woods.
Fun scavenger hunt.
What the fuck? I asked her to explain.
I would like her to as well.
And she told me she was afraid that if things get bad...
Where? What for what?
If things get bad, we might have to worry about looters or whatever.
No one's gonna loot kidney beans. You'll be looted. They'll fucking take you before they take the fucking pink beans. Fucking hell.
We might.
They might get. We might have.
If things get bad, we might have to worry about looters or whatever, and that the beans would be in danger of being stolen.
So take them out of the house and put them out
and bury them. Yeah,
bury them.
I said I thought that this was completely ridiculous and unlikely.
I concur.
She became angry at me and said, quote, "She is protecting our beans."
Shut up. Oh, this isn't real. And they went out in the morning and there was a huge beanstalk and they climbed up it and slew the giant and brought a golden goose. Is that what happened? Please tell me that's what happens.
There's still a lot more text. We will find out.
I just carry on.
According to her logic, the beans are safely buried in the woods behind our apartment complex. And if we ever need some beans, she will go to the stash and dig up a can or two.
How will she... Is it all in one... How will she know where she put them? How would she know? Does she have a fucking treasure map? X marks the spot of the beans.
I mean, what I will say is that women are very good at finding their own beans,
Yes,
which is why she buried it and not him.
that's true. That's true.
Men can't find the bean.
Not at first, but once you get used to it, you can find it every time.
No,
In the dark.
Sometimes they move it when you're not looking.
That is true.
Yeah.
What 3 words? Kidney, broad, pink. My first is in bean, but not in hind. Shut up.
Again, there are still no broad beans.
Yeah.
They're not really beans. They're vegetables.
Haricot beans.
That's a bean.
Yeah.
Any others?
Oh, they're a broad bean, though.
Broad beans are like the vegetable things, aren't they?
No, that's runner beans. But they're beans as well.
Are they?
Yeah, broad beans are like little fat fucking things.
I think I'm a bit beanist. Unless it looks like an actual fucking bean, it can fuck off as a bean. It's not a bean. Runner beans. Fuck off, you're a vegetable.
Runner beans.
You're like fake peas or some shit.
Watch the neighbours call some police because some crazy woman's out burying things in the
shit.
woods.
Yeah.
I was burying my beans!
The guy just goes out there, what have you done? Just scrabbling around with his hands, digging shit up.
Looking for the beans. It's like the police come to arrest
Where
her.
are they? Excuse me, police. I think some crazy fucks have buried their kids in the woods.
Tell them, Paul. Tell them I was
help.
looking for the kidney beans. I've never met this woman before in my life. Oh, wait, if I missed... I will go to bed now because I am not at full health. It was nice catching a DGMS stream. I've been looking forward to it. Fourth Panda, I'm sorry I didn't say hello to you, and now you're going. But I hope you do feel better soon, and we'll catch up soon. 100%. Beans.
The magical fruit. The more you eat, the more they get buried in the woods. Where was I? She'll go to the stash and dig up a can or two.
Of course.
But I would prefer if we save them all for if things get worse.
Save them all. They're your contingency beans. You should have like 30 beans in the cupboard and 30...
Just keep them stocked up. Just keep it. Make sure that number is always 30 beans.
Why would you need to put them in the woods? Just find a place under the floorboards here.
Well, I mean, you know, the person that wrote into us agrees with you.
Right.
They want their beans in the cupboard, but the girlfriend has fucking buried them, isn't she?
Fucking...
And he needs to know what to do about it.
Bitches be crazy.
I said, why only bury our beans?
Good point.
Why not bury more of our valuable items?
Yes.
She said that the canned food was the most valuable for long-term means, and that since we get fresh food in our online grocery deliveries, it would make sense to continue to stockpile beans. She intends to go and bury more beans in the woods every week.
Is she living in The Last of Us or some like sort of post-apocalyptic Walking Dead nightmare land? Because we do have just supermarkets and shit. I don't understand the context of the world they're living in that would require them to walk out into like the nearby woods and just start digging fucking holes and dropping cans in it. Anyway.
What about tinned tomatoes? These are the questions, Aletha.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about various tinned goods? Why stop there?
I mean, baked beans for a start.
Why have they not got any baked beans? This is either A, untrue, or B, not true.
Canned spaghetti, another fine example. Alf, yeah. What else have we got in tins? Peppa Pig shaped spaghetti.
Alphabetti spaghetti.
Yeah.
Beans and those little sausages. Which
they're top tier. Yeah,
best. Yeah.
Corned beef, like a bit of corned beef.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So many ravioli. I like ravioli. Cans of ravioli. Macaroni cheese.
Custard.
Mm-hmm.
Custard in a can.
Soup. If you've got 2 soups, much like James had,
bury one of them so that you don't have to have two
later in the week.
Yeah.
Maybe
tinned Japanese crisp like thing. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't need to tin them. You could bury a stash of those.
Oh yeah.
Don't bury the stash of those. Give it to me.
Yeah, we're gonna eat them.
Yeah.
Maybe she hopes they are magic beans. Well, they won't grow unless you take them out of the can. That's just a growing fact. That's like a farming truth. But anyway,
this is what he learned on Stardew Valley.
Yeah, I've learned so many things.
All that time on Stardew Valley. This was too insane for me, and I got very upset.
No shit.
I demanded to know where the beans were. She refused to tell me.
She's holding out.
She said, I knew she was afraid I'd dig them up. I said, damn right I would. She said, I will never jeopardize the beans.
So who wrote this? They're fucking genius. I love this.
I crossed the line and said she was out of her mind. She stormed away. We have not talked since last night.
That's not a long time.
I mean, what's buried beans between two people?
I do have a nice solution to this, but carry on because I feel you're not at the
we are coming to a close.
Okay.
And we are then going to be seeking advice. So,
Okay.
Get ready. I think it is completely ridiculous to bury the beans in the woods, and I want to find them and dig them up. But apparently my girlfriend is taking this very seriously.
Yes.
How can I convince her to tell me where the beans are? Do you think I should convince her to get therapy or something, or should I break up with her?
Do you mean Therapy, the band that released the album Troublegum and the song Screamager? Because I don't think that's going to help.
That seems like more people who could bury your beans. One last sentence.
Yes.
So confused. Is this normal for a girlfriend to bury beans or otherwise hide them?
It is not normal. Baked of Worcestershire.
We didn't get a name. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not normal. What was the last couple of sentences there? It's like, should I...
Yeah, there are a few questions here. Would you like to take them in turn?
Yes.
Okay. How can I convince her to tell me where the beans are?
You won't be able to. She's gone insane. But I can tell you how you're going to get them in a moment.
Okay.
Next part.
Do you think I should convince her to get therapy or something?
Yeah, she won't do that. Don't bother with that. An intervention here isn't going to help. We are past that point. If anything, now it's time to bury something else in the woods.
Perhaps her. The beans are gone. They probably are. Welcome in, Pico.
The beans are gone.
Should I break up with her?
That
was kind of a follow-on question from the last one, but I think you can take it individually.
No, I think once you've placed her body in the woods next to the beans, then that will probably resolve that for you. No. You don't need to. What you need to do, if I've learned anything from The Secret of Monkey Island Part 1 and Zelda the Wind Waker...
Everything comes back to The Secret of Monkey Island.
Doesn't it just? You need to talk about the beans and suggest to her that maybe you saw someone in the woods, not her, digging things up, and you're uncertain that the beans are safe. And then that will mean she'll go out to check on them. And when she does that, you can follow her, and every now and again...
Hit her over the head with a shovel.
But not before she's revealed the spot. She will then, like all good video games...
Dave, the beans! The beans are all here! Excellent, glad to hear it. Donk! In the hole. Take all the beans out, ready-made hole.
Push her into the thing, beans
Job
back.
Done. Yes.
And if it's, honestly, the state of this situation suggests it's in some sort of strange post-apocalyptic...
state of this situation.
This post-apocalyptic multiverse that you're living in, no one's going to give a fuck if you've murdered your girlfriend anyway. You're in a state of emergency. You're not in the real world, because the real world doesn't have this situation. You're not in one of these crazy towns in the middle of America where they've kind of barricaded themselves in. Do you know what I mean?
Where Like the doomsday preppers who already believe that the apocalypse is upon us, or that we're ready for a nuclear winter.
You are in one of those little cult groups, and that's why this is happening. And in that situation, as in many cults, they won't give a fuck if you murder someone. They'd rather that the cult leader was having sex with them. But
are you saying cult rather than cult?
Cult,
like the Indianapolis cults.
Or maybe I'm not really aware of what I'm saying anymore. Cult
with a U. Cult.
Yeah, cult. But cult seems a bit old. Like a cult. Oh, no, I'm saying cult. I don't mean to say that.
Cult is like a
cult.
A small horse.
Cult.
Right? Was he saying cult?
I think I probably was. I think I've lost all sense of the word. Let's move back on and we'll come back to that. Suffice to say, you need to tell her that the beans are in jeopardy and then follow her out to the woods. She will occasionally look back. You have to duck behind a tree, and then she'll walk up, and eventually she will reveal where they are, and then in your own time you can go and get all the beans. I just think the the post-apocalyptic situation you're in has sent you both mad. You know, it's possible you've. It's possible.
I mean, they're not actually in a post-apocalyptic situation.
I think they might be.
They said we can get fresh food in our online grocery deliveries, so things are not dire. They have other food other than the 10 cans of black beans, 10 cans of kidney beans, 10 cans of pink beans, and the 15 cans of chickpeas. Did she also bury the chickpeas? That's the question, or did that not make the post-apocalyptic bean cut?
I think she buried them. This whole thing is insane.
Yes.
And I think it's time to leave the bean cult and join reality once more. This is insane.
Happening.
This is happening.
Wrong thing,
it's also
sorry.
insane. What a strange situation. I do love it, and I can only presume someone beautifully wrote this, because what the fuck? I love how they kind of say, in the ongoing situation, we need to bury our beans. It's like everyone does. Why would they not just put him in a locked box somewhere where no one can loot them? I don't know. Anyway.
This has been my favorite segment. Very good. Yeah, so if you have got a problem,
yes,
and you think that this guy is the right person to give you the advice that will get you out of that problem,
you're incorrect, but please do.
Then do send your submissions to dgmslive@outlook.com, and I will read them out, because that's how this segment works.
Yes, I enjoyed that. Very bean heavy.
Yeah,
this is what the apocalypse does to people.
I thought you'd like it as a purveyor of fine baked beans.
I just I don't know. I just can't want to keep talking about it. It's so insane. It's so crazy. Yeah. I went out. I buried all our beans, as any sensible person would.
Honey, don't worry. I've got it covered. I buried the beans.
In this day and age, we can't be too careful. Someone might come along and steal our beans in the middle of the night.
Mike next door, he came over to borrow some sugar, but I saw him eyeing up our beans, so I thought, right, you know what? I've got to be proactive here.
I'll push him down the stairs.
And after I did that, I went out the back and buried the beans, just to make sure that when he gets back out of the hospital, he doesn't come and steal our beans.
Now, given the resources are low in this world, which we've decided to create, we thought they might steal our money or our fuel or our laptop or our other items or resources or things of worth. But no, they're going to steal things which you could literally buy for 30p in Sainsbury's.
Just in case they do all of that looting, they've exhausted all the expensive options and then think, hey, they still are not home yet. I'm going to go and loot some more. The beans are the only thing left. Just in case we get to that situation, I've taken the beans out of the situation.
I bloody love a bean.
For us.
Alex has his finger on the pulse. Boom. This has been a good one. It's been a good one.
I did say you'd like it.
I did.
Yeah.
You were correct.
Yeah. You were sold at the word bean, to be fair.
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen. Yes. I kind of want to eat this.
Okay.
Because
would you like me to join you in the eating of the crisp?
Yeah. Let's eat the crisp.
Okay. Hello, Rooster. Welcome in. Good to see you.
Yes.
Hope you are well. We are just about to
embark
on the second girthy Japanese crisp of the night.
They've actually got a hole down the middle. I didn't notice that.
Yeah,
before.
yeah, they all do.
Is that part of the factory?
I assume they are made on a big, like, metal stick, and then they just cut into size. I guess I don't know. Mukbang.
Oh no, he knows I hate that.
Chow down on that, sir. Give it a good nom. I do like the cheese ones. They're really good. You should drizzle some chocolate in the hole. Hey, what you do in the bedroom, Aletha, is your problem. Carowin83, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome on in.
Yes. Come in. Watch us eat crisps and other nonsense.
I feel like I recognise that name. Do I recognise that name?
I don't know, but Carowin sounds like a great name.
Do we know you, Carowin?
Make yourself known, Carowin83.
You can't just come in here and expect us not to talk at you.
We're going to. I'm Alex, this is Jeremy. Do you know us? Well, you do now. Now.
It's hard to do a talk show when you can't talk. Have you ever noticed that?
I have noticed that. It's wonderful doing this show now because it's been 2 weeks and here we are back again. What do you want to do?
Do you want to do the blue ones?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, welcome in, Ellie.
Hello, Ellie. Welcome.
We've done various segments today. We obviously got This Is Happening and some random things I just bought.
Yes.
They're going viral. We've done Agony with Alex, but it's possibly time to chuck some stuff directly into the sea.
Directly into the Smack Sea Hotel.
Yes, in a segment we call Get in the Sea.
Won't you come with me? Gonna eat it in the sea. Won't you come with me? Gonna throw it in with glee. If you really, really hate it and you'd love to desecrate it, won't you come along with me and put it in the sea?
Gentlemen, is that what's the is that a thinking emoji, Ellie? I can't really quite see. Like you're thinking, gentlemen. I don't want to call you that.
Yeah, as James rightly pointed out earlier in the show, I am alpha as fuck.
Yeah.
So you can't call me a gentleman, I'm afraid.
Hey guys, did you solve my bean question?
I mean, literally, it could have been anyone. So
It could have been anyone. Yeah. It's a good question, though. There are many, many bean-related
people.
Yeah. Bean counting. Counting beans is, something people do. It looks like a waving. It's a waving. Well, hello, Ellie. I'm glad you're here. This is a segment we call Get in the Sea, where we throw things directly in the sea, which we fucking hate.
The clue is kind of in the name, isn't it?
Get in the sea. Now, earlier on, Harmstone wanted to put solicitors in the sea.
Yes, suggest something to put in the sea. Solicitors, which means that there are 2 spots left open in the channel points if anybody else has any suggestions for something that they fucking hate and would be better off in the sea.
Yes,
so
you can use your channel points.
Get your suggestions in now. Yes, use your channel points, and we will probably tell you to go fuck yourself and not put it in the sea, or maybe we will. We'll come back to that in a second, James. So, solicitors.
Now, they're a necessary evil. I mean, if we put them in the sea, how are people going to, buy houses and sue their neighbours?
They would be forced to do that kind of contract work themselves. Do you want to make your own contracts?
No.
No, I don't want to do that either, frankly.
That sounds like a waste of fucking time. So I don't think we can put solicitors in the sea.
No, I don't think I have the desire to. I have not ever met a solicitor that has caused me grief.
No. All the solicitors I know have been very useful.
They've done the whole getting my house sorted thing.
Yeah.
In a timely fashion. Earlier than I wanted, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was, ready to move in at the end of the week, and they had me in the house by midweek. So
well,
can't argue with that, can you?
Yeah, my solicitor really pushed things through as well. It wasn't super fast, but they weren't dragging their feet. I don't know. I don't think we can put solicitors or soliciting, which are 2 very different things.
Very different things, yeah.
And I'm fine with both. Yes. No.
No C. We don't have a sound effect for that. It's just...
You want a kind of reverse thing was...
I mean, they're not in the sea to come out of the sea, so...
No.
Like, it's the sound of them
on
just sitting
land.
Wistfully on the sand. What sound does a solicitor make if they sit on the sand?
Like a kind of like...
Just a
soft crunching noise.
Like a...
Can you just go up it? I want to see what Ellie is agreeing with.
It's the Tamsin suggestion.
Oh, yeah,
which we'll get to next. Something to put in the sea from James 31.
Yes.
His aggressive AF neighbour that stole his wheelie bin.
I'm inclined to do this. I mean, we have to don't we have to both agree when it's someone? But this person
it's
isn't
a person, yes. So we do need to agree on that fact.
I mean, the person is not someone we know. I know we've never really cleared this up.
No.
But when we
can we check the bylaws? Someone get out the rules.
But like when we talk about putting people in, like Harmstone or Hannah or wait, did we ever put Hannah? Was there a suggestion? I think maybe. I'm just saying people. I'm just saying people.
Time.
Or Reese or Joe. Those are people. Those are like named legendary creatures, in the words of Magic the Gathering. You know, they are named characters. They aren't like just Goblin Warrior. Like, this person, I believe, is just a random nobody. So it probably only takes one of us to do. I don't know how you feel about that.
I mean, citation needed, but I have been told that it takes two, baby.
It takes two, baby. At any rate,
just take sploosh.
You could just kill him if that'd be easier. I think it would be harder to kill him than it would be to abstractly put him in a fake sea.
I think I would prefer that second option, yeah. Yeah.
But I vote that the guy is a cunt and we should put him directly in the sea.
All those in favour, say C.
C.
Right, that's sorted.
Fuck that guy. Who gives a shit?
Would you like to read Tamsin's?
People who spell my name wrong, even when I repeatedly show them how to spell it.
Oh, yes. Zatman's had several issues recently with people getting her name wrong.
This isn't just a joke based on the fact we were calling her Tamsi earlier. There's nothing to do with that.
It is not. It is something that came up in the Discord a few weeks ago. This is a long submitted suggestion.
Now, people always have problems with people spelling their name. It doesn't matter who you are. Someone manages to spell your name wrong. Now, some names are harder to spell and more susceptible to this.
Yeah, I get Jerami a lot.
Do you?
Yeah, like I'm a Pepperami or something.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
By and large, people don't spell my name wrong. Although, just before I went away to Singapore, I need to sort out the fact that the company that does the middleman kind of stuff for booking the flights and everything like that had my name incorrect. So we had to get someone to respell it and change it. Had to get a kind of a person to edit it and update it. And I said, can you do this? And they said, yes. I said, because my name's not Alex. It needs to be my full name. And they said, is it Alexander? But they spelt it without the last E. So an A-L-E-X.
Alexander.
A-N-D-R.
Right.
Is that how you do it? And I'm like, how is that possibly how you do it? So even in the name that I think is as common as mine can be fucked up. There's no hope for a Tamsin. So can I ask, how is Tamsin misspelt? How have they fucked it up? How have they fucked up Tamsin?
They use an S instead of a Z.
Oh, that seems reasonable. I thought maybe it was going to be a Y instead of an I. Like Tamsin is Tamzin.
Correct.
So did they do Tamzyn?
No.
That would seem to be something. Alexandra, I do get Alexandra. And what is strange about that, Ellie, is Alexandra, in my brain, and maybe it's just me because I'm used to the name, but Alexander is the English version, is the male version. And
it's not the English version, let me tell you. That is not the etymology of the name.
No. And Alexandra has always been the female version of it. And
/ what he calls himself on the weekend.
Yeah. And that's cool. More acceptable now than it ever has been. But I can't remember where I was. I think somebody kept calling me Alexandra, even when they were looking at me and talking to me, and they were like, "So Alexandra," and I'm like, "I've just said my name, and surely no. How can?" But I don't really give that much of a fuck. I'm just confused for them.
I mean, it's usually people call you Alec or Alan, don't they? That's what
I get a lot of Al,
normally.
But it's not about me. Now that I realise it's about Tamsin.
About Tamsin.
And she said, no, they write Tasmin. Oh, come on, man. Tasmin?
Is that not your name? Like, were you not named after the famed Disney animated series Taz? Or perhaps your parents were big fans of the ECW original, then WWE superstar, now AEW commentator Taz.
And it's so easy to get it right when you're replying to a message with the name at the end. That is a separate issue, I have to say. I think there are lots of people I know who get emailed. Like my boss Kirsty gets called Christy a lot, and she says, "Hi, can you do this for me?" from Kirsty, and the person sees it and goes, "Dear Christy," And she's like, you had the context. This happens so much.
That's what Kara said. People who spell your name wrong when replying to an email where you have written your name.
Yes.
They are cunts.
That's lazy shit. Because, like, you can just look at it and then copy it. It's not even difficult.
I'm sorry, I've just been corrected on the origin of Taz, the animated series. It's Warner Brothers, not Disney.
It is.
I'll hang my fucking head in shame.
It's Taz! Taz!
Yeah. What gets worse for Karis, and I know this isn't about Karis, it's about Tamsin.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it happens to many other people whose name ends in the letter S.
Yeah.
When you go to like apply property to them, or even pluralization, or even not, just people fuck it up and they put a random apostrophe in your name.
Yeah.
Karis is very often Cery apostrophe S.
Kerry's.
That doesn't even make fucking sense, let alone, you're not just getting the name wrong, you're getting a whole fucking language wrong, you cretin.
I once kept calling a guy at work Steve, but that was just because I was really tired. He wasn't called Steve.
I mean, if I don't know someone's name, I'll call them Dave. Yeah, James is another one. Yes. James.
Who is Kerry?
Yeah.
Like, I don't, we refer to Duncan the Singer's wife as Mrs. the Singer, and I don't intend to kind of like go into that detail, but she has an apostrophe
in her
already in her name, which means that when you put a possession apostrophe of possession in there, there's just 2 apostrophes in the whole thing, and it's just bonkers. And I blame her mum because it is her fault. But yeah, I want to see what it was that Hannah said. That should I love that I beat Harmstone to it? What did she say there? I must have missed something up there, but there's a lot being said about this.
Yeah.
But Tasmin.
Your name isn't Alex, I think was the...
oh, I see.
Is that the one? I don't know.
I'm not too sure, but...
Yeah. Misters, the singer, yeah. Yes, I mean, I don't think there's any dissension to this. I think we can cut to the chase here and make a decision. Do we want to put people who misspell names in the C? I mean, we can even take off the caveat, even when you repeatedly show them how to spell it.
Yeah.
Wantonly misspelling names.
Yeah.
Is that C-worthy?
Yes.
Absolutely. In the C you go, Sabaloosh. That's with an apostrophe before the H. Sploosh.
Honestly. Isn't it? When I talk about Kirsty's email, she's like, there's people in America, often American colleagues call Kirsty Christy. They can't understand the concept of Kirsty. There are no Kirstys in their mind in America, so it can't be that. So they corrected it for her and called her Christy.
I mean, Christy is a nice name. I do like the name Christy.
I told her that she should change it.
Yeah, she'd make it easier for everyone. It's rude that she's still calling herself Kirsty, frankly. Be sure to pass this on, won't you?
I will.
Do tell her.
I will tell her. I'll tell her tomorrow.
I'm glad.
I got a colleague whose surname is Joyce. And
it's a bit of an old-fashioned surname. They should probably change that too.
But he's a guy, and his name is not Joyce. But because his surname is Joyce, and because our stuff is reversed, it'll be Borton, Alex on the thing. It'll be Joyce. So people say, "Hi, Joyce," and he's like, "My name's not Joyce. You can see what my name is, And I'm like, "Oh God!" And so he's now put this thing that says his first name and then Joyce in bold, as if to make the point, and then pronouns he, him, like to make sure it's really clear. And then I'll see it in a thread that I'm involved in. It's like, Joyce, could you just kind of update the system to do blah, blah, blah.
Dear Joyce.
Dear Joyce.
I'm glad to see that you, parentheses, he, him, are now up to date on this conversation.
Joyce.
Nah! Joyce! Yeah, should change it.
He's not a fan.
Tell him as well.
I will.
Make all this on the memo. Morning agenda.
Morning agenda.
Names. Christy. Joyce.
Christy and Joyce.
Yeah, sort it out. Yeah. And that's all of our public submissions for the C for this week. Do you have anything pending for the C? I don't think I've got anything.
No.
Unless I can just put cold weather in the sea. Is that a thing?
Can I put estate agents in the sea? I do find them so terribly.
I also have never had a problem with an estate agent, really.
Oh, I've got massive issues. They're so full of shit.
Landlords, yes. Estate agents, meh.
I mean, I don't think they're estate agents. They're freeholders. They're the guys. They're the landlord to the building.
Oh,
They're not my landlord, but they are kind of the freeholders.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. Let's leave it anyway. It doesn't really matter.
Oh, did you guys hit -18 too? Your father, that's not cold. That's like transcendental cold. That's gone so beyond cold. It's not cold anymore.
The temperature...
It's gone so far around the clock that it's actually warm again.
The temperature TikTok that we put out has garnered, well, actually on Instagram, quite a lot of interest, response, and everyone's got
an opinion. I mean, it was from the controversial opinion segment, so it's hardly surprising that people have got some kind of strong opinion of it either way. But it is hilarious watching people, mostly Americans, try to defend Fahrenheit, and then people in no uncertain terms telling them to shut the fuck up because they're wrong.
Yeah, and the thing about it is when we do Am I the Arsehole, it's very hard to take the piss out of us because we're just reading someone else's shit. So a lot of the time, if they want to take a shot, they're like, "Why are you reading it out?" And I'm like, "Because it's funny and we're awesome at it, so shut the fuck up." But a lot of the time, they won't give us grief about that. But the moment it started to become our opinion, when I said there's a 5-point plan for this and there's no fucking... And
all the people on you was like, well, this guy can't even use temperature.
Yeah.
So you don't fucking know what you're talking about,
These
do
guys
you?
are probably lazy and ignorant. And I'm like,
my God.
You're only half right. But...
Each half answers on a postcard.
But I do, I really don't give a fuck what people have to say. I'm thick-skinned enough that the cunts of the internet do not damage me. You can say what you fucking want. But also, if you've missed the point and don't realize we're joking, then
you're the fucking moron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the Superman joke thing or whatever? Like you.
Yeah. The joke just flies over his head.
I
do enjoy poking the trolls. I really do.
I know you do.
I enjoy that a little too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should stop doing that.
Carry on doing it.
But yeah, I had a lot of fun on Instagram on that temperature video. If you're not following our Instagram, at DGMS Live on Instagram, go and check out the temperature video and my expert level trolling of cunts.
It's a really good one. Absolute Bedlam. Ben loved that.
Yeah.
Thought it was really, really good. And obviously, Tom put all that together. We didn't make that graph up and correct all my way I'm speaking. I think I'm misspeaking it and he just corrects it neatly there, kind of. But yeah, it looks really funny and Tom did all of that. So do go across to all the socials. Just come up on there and just follow us all there and have a look and poke around that and like them. I know that you do. I see people come in and periodically like and poke it and promote it and say things and share it would be really great. Let other people see it.
Poke it? All right, Grandad. Welcome to Facebook circa 2005.
Oh, actually, I didn't mean that. Like just a... But yeah, they don't remember the poke. I forgot about a poke.
Yeah. Nobody could work out whether it was sexual or not.
Some people said...
and they had to just get rid of it because they're like, we can't tell if this is a sexual thing or not. And if it is, we don't want it. If it isn't, we need to make it sexual so we can get rid of it.
That's it. People said, I was like, do you know what a poke is? And I presumed it was a bit like a nudge on MSN Messenger. Like, hey,
fucking
buddy.
Respond, you bastard.
Yeah, that's what it is. I think...
You've left me on red for like 10 minutes. What the fuck?
Yeah, come on. But then someone said to me that a poke is sexual, like, hey. And I'm like, I didn't get that at all, So,
yeah, whereas I did. And so I made a point of poking everyone on my friends list every single day.
Can we still poke? I presume we can't, but
it's
like...
not a thing anymore.
I didn't know if it's like one of these things that does exist, but we just don't know where it is. It wasn't sexual.
This could be a controversial opinion, Controversial opinion. Poking on Facebook is sexual.
It can't. No.
Who knows?
Don't feed the trolls. Feed them. It's not a capital offense here.
Feed the trolls. Feed the trolls.
They get really... Then they expect it. If you feed the trolls, then they expect to get fed, and they get very...
Oh, not the way I feed them. I wind them the fuck up to the point that they block us. So that's a mission accomplished.
See, the poking in my head, it was just like a dig in the ribs. Like, hey, which is fucking irritating. If someone did that in real life, I'd be so fucked up. I think it's meant to be a tap on the shoulder. It's meant to be like a, hey, I sent you a message.
Well, it was meant as a greeting type thing most of the time. So it's more like, rather than saying hello, you just walk up to someone and just go.
But then it would say you received 18 pokes.
Yeah.
In the A.
Is that what it said? I missed that bit.
I read between the lines of my arse.
There's a line there.
Yeah.
You can poke it should you choose. I will refrain.
But it's gone now. Yeah. I remember Facebook used to have a thing where you couldn't... It would be like, your name is... blah, 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 blah. So it'd be like, Alexander is...
Oh, yeah, you had to... Whenever you posted like a status update, you talk about yourself in the third person.
Yeah, Alexander is very happy today. Alexander is going into town today. And so when I look back over some of my memories, it says, Alexander is eating jelly or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why
Except
would
it doesn't put the name there anymore. So when you're looking back in your memories, it's like you forgot how to English.
Yeah.
The sentence just starts, is going on a walk today.
Yeah.
I'm like, the fuck past, Jez? Learn to talk, you prick.
A tap on your shoulder, not a poke in the back with your erection. Tamsin,
I mean,
listen.
I know many a person that would like to be greeted that way.
It wouldn't be your back, I'll tell you that. Let's move on. But
I was waiting to see where you'd go next. Did you not have a segue out of that?
no. Sometimes you just got to stop talking.
Yeah, and if anyone knows when to stop talking, it's you.
Maybe.
Would you like to actually move on? I think we might have reached the end of the C.
Yes, yeah.
And we'll move on to our final segment, I think.
Let's move on
We're near that golden 2-hour mark that we've been looking for.
Oh, yeah. We haven't been required to have to keep within it, so we don't give a shit.
There's no requirement.
Today. No.
We haven't got people saying we can't do it this week. And we did it, so fuck you. And we'll move on. It's time for Am I the Arsehole?
Am I the asshole? No, it's the children who are wrong.
That's right, it's the segment most prominent on our TikTok page because it's very easy to edit and clip together. And it's generally funny. I would like you to go first because I would like to save the best till last, frankly.
Ah, yes. Sometimes the snow comes down in June.
It better fucking not snow in June. I swear to God, I will flip tables.
Also, we're going to have to raid into some. We don't have anyone we necessarily want to raid.
Oh, yeah.
If anybody wants to go and find another chatty
Harmstone,
person...
If you could provide the status of the walrus, that would be great.
Because we'd like to raid into people that are also in the talk shows category, preferably people who don't have a follower-only thing, which is hard sometimes to spot. But if we do have someone that looks kind of cool, then let us know and we'll raid.
I have not... Yeah, I'm directing you to do so now.
Yeah.
You understand. Thanks.
Yeah. If anybody finds anybody that they
but mostly
think...
Harmstone. Hurry the
But
fuck
mostly
up.
Harmstone. Am I the arsehole?
Yes.
For asking my sister to donate her dog's jogging stroller to my kids instead of an animal shelter. It's a very strange sentence.
What kind of dog goes jogging?
I know, right? Do they have a little headband and a little kind of, water bottle and,
A fit one, probably.
lycra? Am I the arsehole for asking my sister to donate her dog's jogging stroller to my kids instead of an animal shelter?
So the dog
has a jogging stroller.
Has had puppies, wants to stay fit, takes the puppies out for a jog in the stroller. Is that where we are?
Do you know what? Why would something that's good for a dog be good for kids? I don't understand how that crosses over.
I mean, a spray bottle works pretty well on both.
I guess...
Stop fucking around.
All I can say is, how do you stroll and jog at the same time? That sounds like a mosey.
I read that as how do you stroll and dog at the same time?
Well, I tell you what, the only real way to find out what's happening is to delve into this, and maybe
is that how we do this?
The answers will be within the page.
Okay. There is a lot of crypto bullshit right now. Really? I thought that bullshit was dead.
My 26F sister Sasha 31F and I are very different people. Well, yeah. I mean,
Your names are spelled differently.
you've got different ages.
Yeah.
We aren't BFFs, but we love each other. Sasha doesn't have any kids, and I have 3. Yet another difference. So many differences. And I have 3. 6F, 2.5 meters.
What?
6F, 2.5 meters. That's how tall the 6-year-old girl is. I think actually what it means is 2.5 male.
Right, that makes more sense.
6F, 2.5 M, 1.5 meter. I presumed it meant that the girl was 2.5 meters tall by 1.5 meters wide.
It's actually a plank of wood.
My daughter...
My lintel that I use to prop up my wall...
is a lovely bit of pine.
Might I opine about the pine?
I have to say, it's the remit of a child to speak in half years. I'm 6.5 years old. It's not for the adult to say that their kid is 2.5 years old. So it's.
On that note, I recently celebrated my half birthday.
I'm going to correct this. I have 3 children. 6F, 2M, 1M. Okay?
Right.
They're rounded down.
Thank you for fixing that.
Stop being a fucking idiot. Oh my God. Sasha, that was the first sentence. It's already fucked. Why did you say that like a fucking riddler? Riddle me this, motherfucker. My first is in 6, but not in meters. Sasha got a dog after graduating college. Right off the bat, she treated it more like a human than a dog. She took it on road trips, just the 2 of them. Dressed them up like Thelma and Louise, just had like kind of one of those like neckerchief things, you know.
Wait, so what's the story so far? I kind of lost it.
Do you know, it's a really good point. There is no story. The story is about to begin. That was just a setup. The person has said that her and her sister are very different people. We're not best friends. She doesn't have any kids. I have kids. Okay. So she's saying her sister Sasha doesn't have any kids. But she does have a dog, and we're getting into this. Sasha got a dog after graduating college. Right off the bat, she treated it more like a human than a dog. She took it on road trips, just the 2 of them. Once, she even dressed it up for Halloween and took it trick-or-treating alongside my kids. I worried she was replacing real human interaction with a dog. You may well sigh. She also did some search and rescue with it, which maybe gave her a stronger than usual attachment to the dog. A year ago, Sasha bought a jogging stroller. I fear, Jeremy, that we're still not going to get the answers we wanted from this. A year ago, Sasha bought a jogging stroller so the dog could still go on walks with her. It was old by this time and had arthritis. Now, let me clarify. This was not some cheap bargain basement stroller. This thing was quality. I thought I'd add that in because I looked it up online and it cost $400! Exclamation mark. Seemed an insane amount to spend on an accessory for a dog, but she was all excited. So I kept my mouth shut. I also noticed it was advertised as for pets or kids.
Well, yeah. The manufacturer's like, how can I make more money from this product? Let's say it's for pets as well as children.
So what is a jogging stroller? Answers on a postcard or actually legitimately now in the chat, because it strikes me you're jogging and then you have a...
do you not know what an actual jogging stroller is?
No.
Right.
This is the bit I'm having trouble with.
So it's like a pushchair for a child, but you can run with it.
You could run with a normal one, right?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, they have wheels.
Okay, let me rephrase.
It's fine.
It's a pointless accessory that somebody buys.
Yes.
Because they think they need it for running when they could just use their actual pushchair.
Right. So it's a pushchair and she's put the dog in it.
Yes.
Oh, I see. I'm with you now. So Sasha wants to go jogging, but she wants to bring the dog. The dog has arthritis, so she puts the dog in the thing and they can run together.
Because nobody can fucking leave their dog at home anymore, apparently.
No, well, it can't get in your way on the leads if they do that. So
that's true.
I
mean, it can't get in my way in a stroller, to be fair. So maybe this is the answer to all of life's problems. Put the fucking dog in a stroller. Lots of dogs in buggies around Folkestone. I have never seen one. They're usually under my feet.
I dreaded the day this dog died because of how attached Sasha was. Well, 2 days ago, it happened. And sure enough, she was devastated. I felt terrible for her, but I'll admit, I also started thinking about that jogging stroller, which would now sit around gathering dust. I've been struggling to lose the baby weight from my youngest, and I could just see myself jogging with the 2 youngest in the stroller and big sis biking alongside. And this stroller was nicer than anything hubby and I could afford at the moment. I'm an SAHM with 3 kids. What did we say that was?
Stay-at-home mother.
Oh, what was the one I had the other day? The single income, no dependence. Was that one of the ones we had the other? Okay, but that isn't what it is. I thought we.
Is it
S? Yeah, you're correct.
I am right.
Yeah, but that wasn't.
Stay-at-home mother. Okay.
It wasn't the one I was thinking about the other day. That was super confusing. I'm a stay-at-home mother with 3 kids. Hubster.
Already a strong opinion in the chat.
2 days, and you already asked for the dog stuff. Oh man, Tamsin's really angry about that.
I would have asked straight away.
Yeah.
Right.
Fuck right off, you heartless twat.
I'm sorry about your dog. Can I have the shit that really shouldn't have been for your dog in the first place?
Financial independence, retire early. Was that it? Oh, maybe it was that. I thought it was the one where it's like no kids.
Double income, no kids.
That was it.
Dink money. Yeah,
that was it. Well,
yeah.
Yes. All these stupid fucking phrases.
Yeah. An acronym that basically is must be nice.
Yes. I'm a single... I've forgotten what it was. I'm a stay-at-home mother with 3 kids. Hubster is a stupid fucking thing to say. Hubster is an amazing... Isn't Hubster like a kind of a music platform?
Yeah, isn't it what you used to do peer-to-peer music sharing on back in the day?
Hubster.
Yeah.
Is an amazing dad, but he's struggling to find his professional calling, aka unemployed. That's unfair. I'm sure you're lovely. Cheap shots.
But to TLDR it, he's unemployed.
Yeah. Maybe you should work for Hubster. Make some money. So we aren't in nearly as strong a financial position right now as Sasha, who has no kids and no dog. Oh, it says it. Who has no kids and a good job is actually what the next line was. Brilliant. Sasha has always been generous to her niece and nephew, so I thought maybe now that she doesn't need it anymore because of dead dog, she might want to loan or even give the stroller.
Alex has read ahead.
I'm reading the way she's trying to build herself up to ask about it. So she says, I called yesterday and first said how sorry I was about the dog. Yeah, because you don't want to go straight in for the kill.
So,
hey.
Sorry about the dog.
That dog, huh?
But
so hard. I'm thinking about you, sis. I know we're not BFFs or anything, but
I really wish the dog was still here for you.
Me
really
too. He's not, but I really wish that dog was alive.
Yeah, but since dog's gone, very sad.
Now,
since the dog's gone,
we were talking about it.
Do you
still use that?
Maybe. Yeah,
stroller?
That stroller just seems to be
sitting around
collecting dust.
Yeah,
it's only been 3 days, but there's already a
reasonable
pretty thick layer of dust on there.
My heart bleeds for you. Could you see your way clear?
Maybe you would like to move on from some of the stuff from your dog.
It's clearly something that's only a painful reminder.
You wouldn't want it around reminding you of
the alive status of your dog.
Yes,
prior to yesterday,
because it's not anymore, and that's very sad. Obviously, yes. Yeah. Did I mention how sorry I am?
Sometimes dogs die. It's not a very helpful phrase, but I thought it would be useful at this point.
It is accurate.
It's still warm, but give it to me. Anyway,
I want the stroller.
I want today. I called yesterday and didn't say anything like what Jez and Alex just roleplayed. I first said how sorry I was about her dog. Then check. Then I asked what she was gonna do with the stroller. Boom.
Check.
She said she was thinking about donating it to an animal shelter
No!
that specializes in disabled dogs.
No!
I said, what the fuck?
Really? Is that what it says?
It doesn't say that. What the fuck is wrong with you? I said, to specialize in disabled dogs. I then said basically everything I said in the last paragraph and asked if she would donate it to my kids instead. There was a long pause.
Disabled dogs, yeah, good idea. Counter argument.
Fuck
This
them
guy.
dogs. He won't be needing the stroller in doggy heaven, I said. And then I went on to say that dogs don't have an immortal soul and therefore it just dies. So, anyway, there was a
film,
long...
All Dogs Go to Heaven. Lies. And All Dogs Go to Heaven too.
Yes.
The same lie compounded.
Yeah, doubling down on that shit. There was a long pause, so I thought she was considering. You are incorrect.
No, the long pause died with the dog.
That's why he had arthritis. There was a long pause, so I thought she was considering. But then she went off on me and called me some hurtful things, like a B word and a vulture. A B word?
A bitch.
Ah, right. I thought
Keeping
my,
it on topic.
battered sausage. You battered sausage!
Good luck editing this one, by the way, Tom.
She called me some hurtful things like a B word and a vulture, then hung up on me.
You can say bitch. It's past watershed.
I know, but like this is I'm just saying that's what she said. I'm not censoring her. She called me some hurtful things like a bitch. You're a bitch. You're a vulture. No, you can't have my stroller.
Nice.
Here's why I think I may be the arsehole. Everything that I've said. In hindsight, since you don't need it anymore was poor phrasing and may have made me sound insensitive to her loss. Also, I probably should have given her more time to grieve before asking.
Yeah. Maybe the afternoon of the same day at least.
Always be Catholicing. And it's Catholicing. Like frolicking.
Or always be cathole licking.
That sounds more like me. Rule one. So, I've never had a dog. So I'll admit I can't truly understand what Sasha's going through. You can understand... No, you don't have to have a dog to know that the death of a pet is going to be stressful and
Traumatic in
and
some
traumatic
way.
and grief-ridden, all this sort of shit. Oh my God.
I mean, your first clue that it may have some impact on your sister was the fact that she used to push the fucking thing around in a stroller.
But from my point of view, I have my kids' best interest at heart. From my point of view, I was being selfish. I don't think I'm the arsehole for asking the question, but am I the arsehole for when and how I asked? Or did Sasha overreact out of grief? Yes, it was the grief that made her react outrageously.
No, it's the grief that is wrong.
I'm forgetting where it's going. Am I the arsehole for any reasons, basically, here?
I think it's probably easier to ask. And I'll wait for you to stop scrumpling.
Sorry, yes. Scrumple.
I think it's probably easier to ask, am I not the arsehole? And the answer is no.
I was with you because when you said
I
that...
couldn't even reconcile it in my head.
No, but like when you said, I think it's easier to say it this way, and then it didn't feel very much easier.
Yeah.
But like, am I... Is it not easier perhaps to say, am I not the arsehole? I'm sorry, is that a double negative?
Not the arsehole. Anna Torv.
Anatorv.
Nice.
Um,
It's not Anna Torv though.
we are... I mean, I haven't read everything here. Bitch, ain't none of anyone need a jogging stroller. Stop being lazy and go for a jog. Don't use your lack of a $400 stroller as an excuse.
It doesn't matter if you've got dogs or kids. Just fucking leave them at home and go for a jog. They don't need to go with
Who's
you.
jogging?
Jog on.
Or not. Jogging shit. Stay at home. So, to conclude...
if we can conclude, if that is a thing.
She is the arsehole.
I think so. And I don't even like dogs.
And on the third day, I asked for her stroller in accordance with the scriptures. And the dog ascended into heaven.
Since your dog's gone.
I want to stroll for the first time. That was enjoyable.
It's a good one. But
wait,
if you like that one, you're going to fucking love this one. I can't wait.
Let me straighten myself out and get my wine.
I have waited literal minutes to read this one to you, and I'm looking forward to it so much.
Let's wrap this shit up. I'm very glad to be back, and let's wrap this shit up. Go
By the
for
way,
it.
there is no one to raid, so
Oh no?
nah.
Well, I'll find someone on my.
Yeah, we'll find a friend.
We'll find someone.
Okay.
Take it away.
I'm gonna need some
Jezemy.
sustenance.
And get some healthy Pepsi in your mouth.
Am I the arsehole? I caught him with his mouth full. Perfect. Am I the arsehole?
Yes.
Am I the arsehole for asking my wife to respect my title as a pilot? That is the correct response. Thank you very much. Good night.
Thanks very much.
I need the opinions of AV geeks and pilots on a matter involving my wife.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. AV geeks. Audio visual geeks.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Carry on, please.
I am completely serious and I need help. /serious.
I'm super serial, man.
He's actually put /serious. Perhaps to signify his AV geek nature to the other AV geeks. I don't really know.
AV geek?
Yeah.
Maybe aviation. I thought aviation, but you see, how's he written? Just AV.
All lowercase, AV geeks, no space. So it's AV geeks, if you read it literally.
Maybe that is aviation. But the thing is,
I feel like there should be a dot in there to signify it's abbreviated, or a hyphen, or
I concur.
Or you could just write aviation geeks like a normal fucking English user.
This is fucking the same. I'll let you carry. You carry on.
This is just the opening sentence, and we've already made our judgments. My wife and I, together for 5 years, married for 2, no kids, have an amazing, happy relationship. I can't recall a single time we've ever argued to the point of breakup or divorce.
I can't recall any time we got divorced. I'm sure if there were a time, I would have remembered it.
Yes, and she would not be your wife anymore.
No.
So, yeah. This issue, however, is causing me to reconsider the health of our relationship. Since my wife and I have been together, I have worked as a manager for a restaurant chain. I am an extremely passionate aviation enthusiast in my free time. I have spent thousands of dollars on flight textbooks, sim gear, and even built my own A330 setup. I assume that's a plane.
Yeah. So he's a manager of a restaurant.
Let's say McDonald's.
But he is very, very, very much into aviation. And he's bought textbooks and other shit and simulation stuff. And he's built a thing. He's not actually a pilot.
Not according to the information presented so far. No.
Just bring us up to speed.
Okay. I have never actually flown a plane or started flight training, but I've considered it for a long time.
Okay.
Even though my skills are not a career, I still consider myself as adept or possibly more knowledgeable than the average pilot.
I think that sounds like bullshit. I can't be certain about this, but even though I've taken no aviation exams, never flown a plane, don't know how to fly a plane, and have never been in a plane, I'm pretty sure I'm more of a pilot than a pilot. And let me disabuse you of that notion right fucking now. Anyway, sorry.
So I've played a lot of Horizon Zero Dawn. And I've put a good number of hours into taking out my bow and arrow and depositing arrows in the fucking necks of various mechanical creatures. I've also read various guides on Horizon Zero Dawn and a few books on how to use a bow and arrow. So I consider myself more fucking Green Arrow than the average Green Arrow.
Do you know, a few years ago, just as an aside to this, when it was transfer deadline day, they evidently couldn't get anyone for the BBC to comment on the transfer deadlines for the Premiership. This is transfer deadline day for English football, as it were. And so they got someone who was a professional Champions League, football kind of manager game.
Oh, right, yeah.
You know, the kind of, what do they call it? Yeah, like football manager.
Like a pro gamer, basically.
Yeah. They got a football manager gaming player to comment on it. And they couldn't find someone that was like a real... They had to like...
Literally anybody who had managed the sport of football.
Yeah, couldn't find... They had to find someone who just played a game. So like, that's it, if
Never give up on your dreams, folks.
So,
play some video games and you too can be a pilot.
If I've played a lot of Fallout, so if ever there's a fucking nuclear wasteland and you want to know how to survive it, just call me the fuck up. But anyway,
it's bottle caps, right?
That is the answer. That and Rad Cola and a dog.
I will not be drinking Rad Cola. I will be drinking healthy Pepsi.
It's pretty fucking rad, though.
Rad's a great adjective. We should bring back rad.
We should say rad more.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to say rad more.
Yeah, it'll make us sound old as fuck, but I'm old as fuck, so it's fine. That being said, here's where the problem arises.
I know where the problem arrived just like 3 sentences ago, but carry on.
My wife and I were invited to one of her male co-workers' house for a barbecue. My wife is a senior software tech for a COVID startup. She's worked there since 2020.
A COVID startup? That bitch, she was the one that began it all. Someone had to start it. You wouldn't have thought there was any money in it, but there you go.
She's worked there since 2020. A lucky catch after she was laid off from her previous job due to the virus.
How ironic.
It was my first time meeting many of her now close co-workers due to COVID and working from home. Right? Fine.
Okay.
I had assumed she'd talked about me before. Ah, yes, because everything is about you, isn't it? But as we were cycling through the introductions, I became less sure. We make our way down the line to the host of the party, a new male hire that she has grown platonically close with.
By the way this person talks, are you just like, this isn't real? This is what he's saying?
This is exactly...
Does he keep saying like my wife and I and all that sort of stuff?
Yes. I'm putting on the, the Borat
I realise
accent,
that, but
But no, I am reading this verbatim.
This guy sounds like a proper cunt. Who's
yes,
with me?
Yes, he is.
Who talks like this? No one talks like this. What a wanker. Oh, by the way, Alex has played a lot of Deathloop, so if you're ever stuck in a time loop, hey, I'm your man. You're absolutely right.
He's put a lot of hours into it.
I really know
He's basically a Deathloop.
I am.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that, but I'd be fucking worried if she worked there before 2020. I started working at a COVID startup in 2016.
I knew there was futures
Alex,
in COVID.
Is that you? Is this a Deathloop?
Oh dear. Missed the opportunity for flying through the introductions.
Oh. See, you're more of a pilot than this guy is, Hannah.
Yeah. 100%.
Easy. Yeah. We exchange casual conversation with Greg, parentheses, host.
Yeah, okay.
And he asks what I do for a living. My wife chimes in with, he manages a, insert fast food chain.
Which is true. You do that.
In a voice that implied nothing wrong with what she said. I very quickly corrected her and told him that I'm a pilot.
What an abject cunt, you cringy prick. Corrected her. How can you correct someone with a lie?
This is the best line ever. It's like, hi, Greg. Thank you very much for the invite. I'd like to introduce you to my husband. Oh, hi, whatever your name is. What do you do for a living? Oh, actually, he's a manager at McDonald's. No, I'm a pilot. The fuck?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
He is also not Jesus Christ, but
he's read the book, so
he's read the book.
He feels that he's eminently qualified.
He's read the Gospels.
I'm not sure I can finish this sentence without laughing, but here we go. My wife already knows how insecure I am about my job and how I'd much rather be introduced by my hobby.
Fuck off.
If you said fuck off to that. I've earned the title of pilot through my 500 plus hours on a sim and thousands of dollars put into my craft.
Aletha called that.
I think... Fucking hell. Don't know what happened then. Let's have a drink.
Good idea. We've got to get through this.
I think it is incredibly disrespectful for her to not acknowledge my skills and training. Just because I don't have the title of pilot on an overpriced piece of paper does not mean I'm not a pilot.
Yes, it does.
That is exactly what it means,
precisely
actually.
what it means.
Yeah, that's how qualifications work, you tosser.
Fucking hell, this isn't real. This isn't real.
I hope it's real.
It can't be real.
I hope there is someone this delusional out there because...
I want to meet them. I want to get him on this fucking sofa.
And we'll introduce him as the manager of KFC.
This is Tamsin. She's a professional farmer, miner, and fisher. And serial dater, probably, I would imagine, as well. She's probably... excellent skills include finding the mayor's shorts, finding Linus's BlackBerry basket, and putting shit in the hot pot.
This is a man who has also sunk in a lot of time into Stardew Valley.
Oh, yeah.
You're basically a Stardew. Is that how it works?
I'll put my Stardew in her valley.
He's basically a valley. Is that how that works?
This is hilarious. Welcoming Kay.
I laughed it off with Greg. My wife, what a prick. Doesn't know I'm a pilot.
He's jesting, Greg, as Greg looked askance at me.
Greg told me he understood. I replied, 10-4, good buddy. See?
I asked the cabin
I know the
crew
lingo. I'm a fucking pilot too.
I asked the cabin crew to cross-check the doors.
I laughed it off with Greg. Told him under my breath that my wife was often forgetful. Parentheses, which I'm sure he's realised just from working with her.
Does that say that?
Yes.
Oh, fuck off, mate. Talk about gaslighting and undermining. She always forgets these things, my wife. And it's like, your wife is a senior software engineer for a fucking... like, and you're a delusional prick,
and
mate.
You tell spotty teenagers to not fucking burn the patties. He seemed to brush it off casually. At this point, I'm fuming, but I don't go much farther than exchanging some nasty glances at my wife for the rest of the night.
Yeah, mate, that's gonna go well. Double down on that shit.
Yeah.
I gave her some fucking evils in the hopes she realised the mistake she'd made.
She didn't acknowledge my status as a pilot, so I gave her some massive fucking stink eye.
Oh my god.
As we pack into the car to leave, the argument starts.
No shit.
She feels as if I don't deserve my title as pilot because I'm not professional.
Because you're not a pilot. That's why you don't deserve it. It's as much as why I don't deserve to be a doctor because I'm not a doctor. Imagine going around saying things you weren't.
Okay, Alex, but counter-argument.
Yes.
I've played a fucking lot of Theme Hospital, all right?
That is
I have
true.
sunk a good 500 hours into Theme Hospital. I know about all the illnesses.
Bloaty head.
Bloaty head, and many more.
And many more.
I knew you knew I was going there. Right.
Oh, yeah. Listen, this guy's got a bloaty head. overinflated understanding of his own ability and ego. Unbelievable. But he's... How far down are you? Are you nearly... Yeah, okay. Right.
Thankfully, I'm not sure how much more of this reading stuff I can take.
Oh my God, this is fucking priceless.
I told... Fucking hell. Hang on. Sorry. This is a professional podcast. And I can talk. Me. I told her she is completely insensitive to the work I've done, and she will never understand what it is like to study so much.
She referred me to her degree and her master's.
And told me to fuck off.
Told me to go fuck myself.
She's currently on the couch as I type this. Am I really the arsehole for asking to be respected?
That's not what you're asking for, you straw man motherfucker. Am I really the arsehole for something which is not what I'm really the arsehole for? It's like, for asking to be respected. No, you're not the arsehole for wanting to be respected. You're an arsehole for being a cunt, mate. For making up your fucking job and then gaslighting your wife in front of her colleagues and saying that she's forgetful sometimes about my spurious career as a fake pilot.
What a Charlie uniform November Tango.
I'm the boy.
Welcome in, Nicholas.
Welcome in.
Good to see you. And that's some phonetic alphabet.
It is. He would know all about that, obviously,
Yes.
being a pilot as he is.
Yeah. You can't just identify as a pilot. And
No.
hang on. Can't you, though? I think perhaps you can.
You probably can identify as a pilot.
Yeah.
We can all identify as whatever we want to now.
Yeah. Or if you're not quite at the level of pilot, maybe you could identify as a pilot light. You know.
What, the kind of thing you have in your boiler?
That's right, yeah. Yeah, it's smaller. It takes a lot less work.
Maybe a pilot pen,
Yeah.
like a fountain pen.
Yeah. Can you? I mean, facetiously, not that word, because I can't say it. Facetiously,
Yes.
probably not. But, yeah.
I'm cheersing my mic. Cheers, Mike!
I mean,
This is beyond the bullshit. We have read some Am I the Arseholes, but this is delusional at the highest quality.
And that is basically the question they're asking. Am I the arsehole for expecting my wife to buy into my delusions of grandeur, where I actually think I'm a pilot despite having only ever sat at my PC for a couple of hours?
I used to have a flight sim, and me and Patrick and Matthew and Stephen all played it. Naturally, Stephen was very good at it.
I was going to say, of you, who would be the pilot? He says, knowing that one of those is actually a pilot.
Yeah, Stephen would be.
But if he wasn't, who would be the pilot?
It would be me. I put in more hours, and I was better at it than the others.
Did you read a textbook?
I didn't need to. It came very naturally to
Just
me.
did another couple of hours on the sim.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed that. I wish I'd probably quite like a flight sim actually.
I mean, this is like saying me, Harmstone, Reese, and Duff saying that we're truckers in a convoy because we've put some hours into it on the sim.
I mean, sims are getting very, very.
For information,
accurate.
Alex doesn't like flying. This is also true, which is why he'd make the best pilot.
Back when we were playing this sim, and it was a lot of fun. It was a stealth fighter thing. So you took off, went somewhere, bombed the shit out of it, and came back again. We played it loads as a family. We had a lot of time. It was really good. You put a little overlay over the keyboard so you know where everything is.
Oh yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
That.
There's so much. We had
That's
a good
classic.
time. It was so much fun all playing. We put in loads of hours, and we were all competing to kind of keep doing missions. It was I really miss all that on the old Amiga. But I've played The Sims. I'm the master of everything. That's true. Like, I don't go around having played Lawnmower Simulator and tell people that I could mow their
You're a
lawn.
landscape gardener.
Yeah, I would never dare.
Yeah. Didn't the hijackers in September 11th train in a flight sim first?
Well, I hope they weren't. If they weren't, I'm well impressed at their first time. They
had to learn
ability.
somewhere, right? They didn't actually have a plane.
That's true. But this guy, it's kind of.
I just love the line in the middle.
Go on.
That's the line that we lost our shit to.
Sorry, to be fair, they weren't trying to land. Fucking hell, Tom. Love it. Though.
Where is it? Hang on. Here. He manages a fast food chain, she said in a voice that implied nothing was wrong with what she said. I very quickly corrected her and told him that I'm a pilot.
This is insane. What's the first bit? It's like, she said that I'm a manager of a fast food chain.
Which is accurate.
In a voice that suggested there was nothing wrong with it. Talk about a chip on the shoulder. I mean,
she correctly identified my job in a tone that suggested she was telling the truth, because she was.
And that she was fine with it and it was totally acceptable. So the inverse of that is that it obviously isn't acceptable. It's ridiculous. I can't believe why anyone would suggest this sort of thing. He is massively insecure about it.
From his own point of view, I'm not sure why he thought it wouldn't be amiss in some way that he went from restaurant manager to pilot in one breath.
It's so cringy. If you were to do this in real life, like how would that not kind of end the relationship? I don't know how that doesn't fuck everything up.
It's got to be over.
Do you know what I mean? If I in front of Aletha's friends said that I was like, she said, "Oh, what's he doing?" Is that he's a demand planner? I go, "Oh, she's often very forgetful. I'm actually a brain surgeon."
She forgets things. I'm actually the
she's
Queen
always
of
doing
England.
this. Like, she'd be like, "What happened back there?" We'd be in the country. What happened back there? And I go, "What are you talking about? Of course I'm a brain surgeon." She's like, "Okay, you're nuts. That's the end." But the fact it took
Alex, you've only played Operation twice.
yeah, and you can't take out the heart with the tweezers.
Takes
It's
at
the
least 3
easiest
times.
one. I'm like, fucking hell. It's so bizarre. It's so surreal that he's just sitting there like, this is totally fine. This is fine. This is all right. I can just... And then he doubles down and takes the piss and kind of goes like, she's always forgetting these things. She forgets I'm a pilot. I just think what an awkward social engagement that must have been. Oh, my God.
My God. Well...
Anyway, listen.
Should we angle our way to an answer?
He says, "Am I the arsehole for not being respected?"
Am I the arsehole for asking my wife to respect my title as a pilot?
Yes.
Yes, mate. Absolutely, without question.
100%. You are the arsehole.
There's no equivocation.
And not just for that. Just you're an arsehole. Probably for lots of other reasons as well.
Yeah, you get a second stamp. That's how much.
There you go.
Arsehole
Double arsehole. Arsehole squared. And we look forward to the update because I swear to God, there has to be one. Got to find out where this guy lives. That sounded a bit more sinister than I meant it to be. I want to know. I want to
find out where this guy lives. Smash his computer. See if he's a fucking pilot.
This is the kind of person I just want to probe and ask more questions about. Now, tell me more. Why do you think this?
Well, of course you want to probe him. You're a brain surgeon.
That's true. As well, you all know. Deluded. We've all done. I've watched an episode of Scrubs. I mean, we've all watched Grey's Anatomy, so we all know how to be a doctor.
Don't fucking speak for me. I've not watched Grey's Anatomy. I've got better fucking things to do.
Do you not think you'd enjoy Grey's Anatomy?
I know for a fact that I would not enjoy.
What makes you think you wouldn't like it? Do you not like medical dramas?
All of it.
You like House?
I do like House.
So you like medical dramas?
I do.
But is it the sex and drama and soap-like qualities to it that you don't like?
That would be part of it, yes.
Is there something else? You seem, through gritted teeth, there's other things that you don't want to...
I mean, the fact that the main character looks like a bulldog doesn't help.
Do you think so? What,
Yeah.
Meredith?
Yeah.
Meredith Grey,
Like, you think of a bulldog and the droopy fucking cheeks that the bulldog's got.
I mean, I don't see her that way, but I've seen all of Grey's Anatomy. I'm one of the top surgeons in the US. That's it, right? Once you've seen this, you're basically... He just doesn't like Meredith. Oh, okay. There we go.
It's not a medical drama, really. It's hot people who happen to work in a hospital.
That is
and
true.
not even really that hot, apart from the blonde one.
Yeah, who is played by the person that we actually know. I mean, I say like these. She was the one person I recognised.
Yeah, who's also not Anna Torv for reference.
Oh, thank God for that. Yeah, it's just because she doesn't look like Anna Torv. Well, everybody. I think we can conclusively say that we've come to the end of the show.
Yes.
Thank
oh my
you very
God, we
much.
took fucking 40 minutes on that.
I know, but think back.
It was worth it.
Think back to all the things that got said.
Yes.
And all the things we chipped in on. Oh my God, it's been a wonderful, wonderful one. I'm really glad that I was missing this.
Yeah,
I was
it's good to be back.
This. Good to be back.
There was a DGMS shaped hole in my life.
Yes,
and thankfully we found a DGMS to put
Plug
in
it.
that DGMS shaped hole. That's how like puzzles work.
Yes,
You find the right shape and shove it in there.
Stick it in there.
They've usually got a stick on it so you can hold it from the top.
Oh really?
Mm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We need to find someone to raid into, don't we?
Yeah.
I might
The
just
eternal question. Do you want to have a go at that?
Yeah. I don't even know who this person is.
That sounds like a good person to raid.
Who the
maybe?
fuck is DJ Pesmark? Oh, Nicky James PB is playing Hogwarts Legacy.
No.
You
Tough
don't.
shit.
You can't do it.
No.
No, I
Fuck
thought you'd say that.
Fuck Hogwarts Legacy.
You and a lot of other people agree with you. Or you agree with other people, or other people agree with you.
No, they agree with me.
Well, we'll find something. Maybe we'll go to Future. We went to him last time. Maybe we should go to Chris Shreddit. Who the fuck is Chris? He's
Chris
just
Shreddit.
Yeah, I don't remember this guy.
No. Should we have a go?
Why the fuck not?
All right.
Don't raid Hog. We're not going to raid. Yeah.
Chris is lovely. Well, the Dom knows him, so
It comes up. It was a while ago. But he's just chatting. We'll go across to Chris.
cool. Just chatting's a good category for us to raid into. So there you go. Right. To summarize, what have we learned tonight?
We've learned that you can be anything you want to be if you just fucking say you are. Frankly,
And also that Grey's Anatomy is shit.
Fuck shit,